All right, can everybody hear me? Oh. Trying to get that glare. There we go. Loud and clear. All right, so I'm just getting some rocks in. Trying to get some rocks in the tank right now. All right. Need some motivation, man. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. I'm just kind of really burnt out, it seems like. So, you know what? If it takes this to get something done, then that's so be it. Oh, my back is killing me. Really killing me. All right. We can do that. I need some more light, I think. Or do I got enough light? I don't think I have enough light. I might have to plug something in. Let's see. What's going on? All right. Hello. We're going to be finishing some aquascape. Got some stuff I'm going to be using. Let me keep that up here so I don't have to keep climbing down. I'm just trying to get ready, guys. Just trying to get ready. You guys see everything okay? Do I need to get some light in the tank? What do I need from you guys? Hey, what's going on? Let me move out the way. What's up, Martinez? It's perfect. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Need some gloves. Let me get a saucer. Cut this stuff on. Let's see. Yeah, I need a saucer. Do I need a saucer? Yeah, I do. All right, got my plate. Everything I need, I think. Some more rocks here, rocks there. Start up there. Water. All right. You guys ready to have fun? You guys ready to tell me what I can or should not do? Woohoo! Make sure you guys on it. Make sure you guys hit that super chat. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up. Make sure you guys hit whatever it is you feel like hitting. Because I'm going in. I'm in. I'm in like 4 flat tires. All right. So I don't know if I can read the chat from there. That's a thumbnail. There's your mean shot. Maybe I should I want to get something over here. I want to start on this back wall. So that's what I do want to do. I think it was this piece. One of these pieces. Might have been this piece. I'm not sure. That's not too bad, actually. It's not too bad. Let me see something else. Turn it and use it as a hook. I don't know. This is the hard part, just finding things that's going to work without looking crazy. All right. Who's all up in here? All right. So right here is what I really need to focus on right here. This ain't sitting well with me. So I do need to focus on this guy here. I don't know what I'm going to do or what I need to do. But I don't know. Like I said, this piece still is not down. I'll regret this tomorrow, like I always do. I don't know. I can't see how that looks. I like the back wall, putting that other piece. It definitely needed that other piece back there. I might need to flip it, flop it a little bit. Not 110% sure, but it looks good. I don't know what I'm gonna put up there yet. Maybe something encrusted, not like a Monty that just encrusts. Nothing that's gonna really plate out. If I do anything plating, I'm gonna keep them fairly low, not to shadow out anything in there. Hey, DC, is anybody available to come into the live stream? Keep it professional though, you know, just wonder. So, I mean, just so I can work and other people can answer questions that are relating to what am I doing right now. I really need I don't want to really get off topic. This is what I want to work on. This is what I want to stay motivated on. This is what I want to concentrate and talk about on. So, let me see. Okay, nobody said anything. Looking natural so far. Well, I'm trying to. I'm trying to make it as natural as possible. This over here just wasn't working for me. I don't know how I'm going to go about that. I'm trying to look for something that's, I don't know. My back is like saying some nasty words to me right now. That's what my back's saying. I don't know. I don't know about this. So I'm just playing around, trying to figure this out. Don't know what I want to do. I'm trying to find out what I want to do. Hey, P babe, I know it's you. I can see the long name, but I can't read it that far. I'm pretty far away. How you doing, hon? Um, so yeah, maybe I'll take off this flat piece. Maybe stack something else there. How about that? Let me see if I remove this. Bring that here. Something like that. And then still don't know. This middle piece is really killing me right now. That's what's going on. This middle section, I need to, I don't know. I know I could be overthinking things, but at the end of the day, it's really frustrating. It's really getting on my nerves. I almost feel like this piece needs to go back there. That's kind of what I feel, you know. But then again, I like that. I like that shape right there. So I got to figure out something. Let me see. Hey, CJ, what's going on, man? You want to hop in here, man? We need to get somebody up in here, man, to regulate. Night Wells. Thanks for coming in, bud. Yeah, I'm all up in here. Everybody was asking about some CJ earlier. Told me I had to try to draw you back in to the salty life. You know I'm gonna work hard to get you back in. They're gonna leave me. They always do. You know, CJ hit you with that R. Kelly. I'm just Mythic Man. Maybe a little T.I. I don't know. What's up, Phil? What's going on, man? Why ain't Phil got a wrench? Phil ain't got a wrench. Billy Pike didn't have a wrench. I don't know what the heck going on with that, man. That's all YouTube. I know YouTube. All right. I got that. Maybe I should drill something. I don't know. I need something on this end. That's what I need. This, it just held for the ride. A cliff there. I wish I could see the chat better. Could use my phone, but it's gonna go dead. All right. I ain't getting anything sitting around. Um, Could put that there as a single piece. Let's see. If I did that, leave that like that, I feel like something needs to go right there. That's not bad at all. Or take this out, take this, have that come over here, put something right here. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I'll do a single point here. Gives me a lot of space to throw up acros. That's what I need. Just stop by before I head out. Keep it up. All right, sounds good, man. Sounds good, buddy. Sounds good. I ain't mad at you. You know I ain't mad at you. I got your back whenever you come back. So this is here. I do need to cement that. I do need to epoxy that. Maybe I should do. Yeah, well, hold on. Let me hold off on that. That stuff can get a little messy. I need something like I feel right there. I don't want it higher than this. Like this is high. Maybe I'm thinking too much. Maybe it's fine the way it is. Maybe it's fine just like that. Single right there. I'll put something back there. Over here. Maybe I'm just looking at it too much. I don't know. That's all I can think. I'm looking at it too much. What do you guys think? I really don't know. I need to move that piece of rock. This rock needs to go somewhere. I don't know what I can do with this. That's almost as high as that. Nah. Need to open that back up. Thank you for the super chat. Who is that? Two, please. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it, guys. I'm trying. I don't know the hell I'm doing. Maybe I can use that as a single point over there. This. I don't know. Throw that back that way. All right. I don't know. Shit. Put that back up right there. That gives me a little bit more height. Whatever. This is fine. I need to work this front section though. That's what I need to do. I got a single point piece there. There's plenty of room for a lot of corals. It really is. I mean, that's a lot of corals. And I know they're going to grow in the big colonies. That's the other part. Some grow faster than others. That's, just how the cookie crumbles. You can be the older sibling like me. I only stand at 5'9", and the rest of your siblings are 6'4" and 6'1". You got nephews that are 6 foot. I'm the shortest of the bunch. I was the biggest at the bunch though, but still the shortest. Everybody else is built like bean poles. So let's see. Open it up. Open space at the far end. All right, from the wall. Yeah, I got the short end of the stick. You right. How we doing? How we doing? You right, brother. Short end of the stick. 5'9". Ain't that something? With the back injury, 5'8" now. Disc blown. I'm sure I lost some height. Plus age and gravity don't help. But that's all right. So this is really fairly open, to be honest. Down there is really open. It's like a V, but it's open. This is open. I just feel like I don't have enough going on. Okay, I gotta cement this. I gotta cement this. That's cemented. What are you guys thinking? I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Really trying to figure out that piece right there in the middle. This piece. Because of this piece. So if you guys can see pretty good here, I don't know how it looks on camera, but well, you know what? Maybe we can fix that. Maybe we could throw something out here like that. Maybe we can do that. I don't know. I can mount it like that, mount that piece, and then put a piece like this up there. And it ain't big enough. And we can go with a little bit flatter piece. And really stick it out. Stick it out this way. To go to somewhat match that. Really might be a little higher than that, so that throws it off. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll mount that piece in. Glue that piece, glue that piece. Let's see. What's going where? What? Your setting. Two please. I don't know. Appreciate the super chat. Let that thing be, Rico. Uh-oh. I'm getting yelled at. Said, let it be. Said, let it be. I still got to do the front. I don't know what I'm going to do up here. I still feel like all right. I can kick that out more. I'm trying to let it go, man. It just, you know, like first off, like everything is open. Second off, I don't feel like I got enough rock. Third off, I'm trying to figure out this middle piece right here. This is the main one. I'll put this piece up here. It wasn't up there. I just added that piece not long ago, just a couple minutes ago on here. Now I want to do something else with it. I don't know what. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So there's still plenty of room up in here. I almost feel like I need to have something come up right here, a rod come up right here, and a shelf right underneath this one. Kind of like a little shelf. I don't know. Dang it. Coming out right here, a shelf. That would be slick. Mount this, bring a rod, come out, and then a shelf right here. I might do that. And bring the rod and the shelf right here. Keep it open on the bottom. Keep my sand bed a little bit. Maybe I could do that. Let's see. Your laptop glare is blocking that middle. All right. I'm trying not to have a glare. My dang back is so locking up. Yeah, it is glare. It is a glare, ain't it? Dang it. How am I gonna fix that? Yeah, I want A cans and stuff. I'm thinking I'm gonna have that. I don't know. I might have like single flat rocks just right here in the open spaces. A cans, Zoas, all that stuff. Move us to the angle view like from your couch. Well, my couch is right behind you. So that's the angle. Let's see. Okay, make my laptop screen dark. Let's see. No, light diffusers is just there so I ain't scratching the heck out of the bottom of the tank. I'm going to cut a lot of that out. Hand cut it out. and leave some of the rocks on it. Little to the right. Let me see. I don't know how to go into my, where's my settings? So for the laptop. Let's see. You know I'm not need the wife here for this. Settings. Let's see. Display. So brightness. All right, how is that? Perfect. All right. So let me go back here on this couch. You know what? That looks a little bit better. I like that already. Just with placing that one rock up there. That's crazy. I actually like it a lot better already. See, it don't take much. It might only take, and I like the back wall too, to be honest. That back wall looks good now that I put that other big piece up there, up against the wall. Let it be, Salty Reef says. So that's only three. That's three sections so far. I got an oddball piece over there. Let me step on the other side and double check. See if I'm still in love with it. I guess so. I feel like I need. Nah, maybe I don't. Like I said, maybe I'm just too much into it. So I can cut that out, that section, cut all that out. We're gonna be cutting up some stuff for real. All right. Let's see. Back wall is awesome. Yeah, the back wall looks good. Let me see if I can move y'all around a little bit. Let me see if I can move this webcam. We're going speaker. Didn't want to do that. All right. Go to speaker. So I don't know. That's where I'm at though right now. I think maybe I put too many boxes in here. Now I got to work on this front half. But I think I might about have it. Honestly, with those pieces that I already got right there, I think I might have it. It's looking pretty good, I must say. I like it better sitting over here on the couch looking at it now, to be honest. Yeah, so from the side view, you guys don't got that glare, I don't think. Let's see. This brings me back to the days when we were doing all these live streams. This is how we do it. This is how we do it, guys. This is right here is how we would do it. People be on here building new tanks and everything. Reminiscing. Got me reminiscing. Are you using Vortex? I'm kind of debating on what I'm going to use. The Vortex they did, or the is it Vortex? Oh, I'm thinking gyres. I was thinking about some gyres because they said you can't put the gyres magnets in water. I don't know. We got to look into that. I don't know. Um, let's see. But then I'm thinking, maybe some Vortex. I don't know. Maybe both. I really, truly don't know. Oh, no problem, man. Billy, the same thing happened with Billy too. And on Billy's, it's the same with me. I don't know what happened. Is that Marco rock? It's like Marco. It's South Sea base, shelf rock, all that. Base and shelf rock, basically. That's all it is. Basically, Marco, as far as I'm concerned. The magnet of the gyre is in the overflow box, and it's doing just fine. There you go. So somebody else confirming that the gyre magnet inside the overflow box is just fine. I didn't know that. So now I do. But I didn't at the time. So yeah. So really all I gotta do is down here, and first I gotta cut out some egg crate because I think I'm gonna be satisfied with that. I do have to get in here and bond this stuff up, and that's what I do have to do. I'm gonna leave it like this. So how many people we got in here? Let me take a vote. We got 78. We get 100 people. I need 100 people. I need 100 votes on what you guys, is this showing up really well for you guys? First off, with 2 gyres, 2 FX80s, I would recommend. I wouldn't recommend MP40. I wouldn't recommend. No, I wouldn't do MP40s if I was gonna do. This is 3/4 inch. I'm with you on that one. Who's that? Hey, what up, Paul? We got Paul up in here. Reefing with reefers. Reefer. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, buddy? So, first off, let me see. We got how many people up in here? 83. Um, yeah, I want to take a vote on this. IFG. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Hey, Nation in the house. What is up, man? Greatly appreciate that, man. Honestly, I really do. And I always try to return the favor, even though, I'm not dealing with freshwater anymore. I converted all the way over, but I did at one point. My biggest freshwater tank is 180 gallons, and I kept all kinds of stuff, gars, you name it, Aztecs, mammoth gouramis, you name it. What else? Oscars, and I've done it all. Black belly, red belly, piranhas, the whole 9 yards back in the day. But I do appreciate that, IFG. Roll one up. Paul ain't changed. Paul's another one. Back in the day, we did all kinds of builds on my live stream. Paul did a big old drop-off tank on the live stream. Now it's tied into another big tank. So the whole one side of his house is one huge tank. Tanks on top of tanks. How deep will your sand bed be? Obviously, I'm going to use sand. I don't know if you guys figured that out yet, but if I wasn't, I probably wouldn't be using what? Hot Days Nano Tank up in the house just kicked in the door. The governor. He told me to put some water. Get her wet. Get her wet. I'm not quite there, Dave, but I got you as soon as I can, brother. He said painted the walls and filled the house would have been cheaper. But so I am, if I wasn't using sand, I probably wouldn't have had a crate underneath here. But yes, I'm probably going, I'm going to definitely go with sand. And the two inches will be max. So from anywhere from inch to 2 inches, it might be, 2 inches in some places. It really depends. It might only be 1.5 inches across the whole thing. Don't know. Unlikely with the flow. I'm sure stuff's going to get pushed to the side or something. So, yeah, I think I'm liking that. I'm definitely liking that rock back there. I like this single rock here. I don't know. I could put something on top, some kind of acro with all kinds of other stuff around it. I don't know. I need a couple little small pieces. Did you go all the way? No, he got turned around. He's cutting most of that crate out. Oh yeah, I'm not leaving all this egg crate. Everybody keeps saying, I'm like, yeah, didn't plan on leaving the egg crate like this. If I did, I would probably go deeper just to make sure. But then again, I don't want all this egg crate like that. I'm just gonna get snips and snip all the way out around things with snip, leave everything in place and just snip. It's gonna be a little time consuming, but you know what? Oh well. It is what it is. It beats just getting a bunch of pieces and trying to hope that they fit without, making things unstable. I'd rather just do it this way and then cut it out. So my wife's tank, it was easy. I had a square piece, so just threw that in there. That was it. She used black sand, so I used black egg crate. Obviously I'm not using black sand at all, and I wouldn't use black egg crate on this. Okay, so good question here. Good question. Okay, so first off, they say that light diffusers hold detritus. Why not put it on the glass? Well, won't detritus go underneath your rock? Don't they settle underneath your rock? Because every tank that I've owned, when you pull that rock up, a lot of detritus comes up from underneath that rock. So really, where's the difference at? At the end of the day, doing a long time, you're going to get some. Here's the thing with that. This A crate is not flush. Things getting underneath. Things can still move from underneath that as well. So hopefully it'd be just fine. It's been fine in the past for me when I've used it this way. I don't see why it won't now. Detritus, I don't know why people think detritus is a bad thing. Detritus is only a bad thing. It's just like your toilet not working. That's a bad thing. You know what I mean? When you got to build up and it can't flush, and breaks down and there's still no water or no skimmer or nothing to pull it out. This can break down and be just fine. Detritus breaks down to its lowest point, and that's the end of it. You know, that's it. You know, detritus feeds corals. Detritus, you need some nutrients. Detritus is also nutrients. So based on detritus is going to be, based, also with your nitrates and phosphates and everything else. The more you feed, the more detritus you got built up, the higher your nutrients levels are going to be. You back off, you balance. All this is a balancing act. That's all this is. You got Hawkins at Yanada. Good luck, Dave. I like the tank a little dirty too, just not too dirty. That's all. A little dirty's nice. That's what she said. I still need one of those, Dave. Thanks again to Please for your super chat. Greatly appreciate it. It's still living, but barely lost most of it. Oh, yes. So Hawkins Enchiladas, Red Dragons, all that. I tell everybody, they don't believe it. Do not dip those corals. You dip them, they're gone. They will die. They will strip immediately, pretty much on you. So how much more aquascape is needed? Well, I have all this right here in the front. I don't know if you see. So I have where these boxes at. Basically, another egg crate. So half of this egg crate plus another whole egg crate. So you're talking 3 feet that I got to work with as far as aquascape. Now, in the front here, in the very front of this glass, I kind of want to use some shelf rocks just flat. Just lay it flat. Um, you know, some kind of, I don't know yet. I really want to have like acans and bounce mushroom, all that stuff up there. But I think it's going to be too much flow hitting that wall and coming back. So I'm not sure. I have to work on that part. But then I have spots like this that can still be open. I could put a flat piece of rock there, one over there. I got spots that I could put some flat rocks and stuff like that. So Mad Rivers Reef. So for right now, I think I'm going to roll with this, with those two pieces. I wasn't sure when I sat in here, but when I looked over here, when I faced it for you guys and turned down the screen so you wasn't getting a glare, I'm like, I think I like it. So I don't want to go too high. That's the thing. I'm only halfway up the tank. That's the farthest I want to go. So that gives me over a foot. Corals can grow over 12 inches up before they come out of the water. That's very important. I don't want to go too high, fairly low, but also have a lot of rock. Honestly, this don't seem like nothing for this tank. It really don't. I almost felt like I wanted to build out from the side, come in a foot on each side, and build up to like a peak, a flat peak, and just have the whole thing as one big wall. But then again, that wouldn't look cool. The fish ain't swimming through. They're staying on this side and going around the front and coming down the other side. Like, yeah, maybe not a good idea. Yeah, it doesn't really seem that much. So, but I also don't want it to be too crowded. I really want this, since it is a peninsula style, to be open, but enough aquascape to put a lot of corals on it. So, yeah. Yes, I do plan on using about a pound of live rock or whatever they got. If it comes out to be a couple pounds, then it's a couple pounds of live rock just to seed the sump, and the sump in return feeds the tank. Yeah. So, and that's another thing. What I don't like, let's say for any other systems that I always had, there would be places that the fish would go, I couldn't see them. That's another thing that I really don't like. This way here, keeping it open, really they have nowhere to hide. So because they don't have anywhere to hide, hopefully they just be more, obviously they're going to have to be more open and more, instead of shy and skittish, more used to just being open and being seen all the time. So keep that in mind. No, I won't go any taller with the aquascape. I don't want to go taller. I want colonies. I want the colonies to kind of just pretty much want to come straight up out of the water, and they're going to create a mass is what's going to happen, you know, but you'll still have things open. So hopefully that works. I have sold frags. I've shipped frags from the lower 48. Don't ship out of the country, but right now everything is on hold. Everything is on life support right now because what's going on. Yeah, so we're like midway. Let me see the highest point. About 14 on this one. And that's probably about 12 here. That's like 13 there. So that's 13, that's 14. So tank is 27. Really, that's probably 13 and that's 12, but the A crate too is not helping. But yeah, so we do have that. Yeah, yeah. So that's why I said I don't want to go any higher than what's there. I really don't. Not at all. I like the openness of the scape. I'd leave it. Yeah, so far I think I'm gonna be set for this. I just gotta get epoxy it up. Some of the pieces that I put in, I think that's about it. Honestly, I think that's gonna have to be what it's gonna be, and that's it. I don't know. I thought about running rods or something coming off of this back wall, another shelf off of the shelf that's up against the glass on the back wall here. I thought about running, let's say, running like a shelf from here, coming out from right there, like out somewhere. But then again, it's like, no, don't overdo it. You know, sometimes you can overdo things instead of just keeping it simple. Sometimes you put too much into it, and that's kind of been my problem when it comes to this kind of aquascape. I've been really overthinking things. I'm thinking way too much, too hard. I'm stressing myself out. And in return, because I'm stressing myself out, I'm not motivated for any of this anymore right now. Mm. Yeah, sometimes less is more. Correct. So that's where I'm at. I don't want to overkill it. I don't want to oversaturate it with a bunch of rock. There's going to be a lot of rock in here. You got to remember this is 4 feet wide, 8 feet long, 27 tall. And I really just don't want to get into that. Tan, I really do, because I'm really, really, really like totally like honestly, I'm like totally burnt out from everything right now. Literally. I've been trying to get as much sleep as possible, and it hasn't happened. Let's see if I can do this too. All right, so maybe we need maybe we can get a couple people in here that we can talk about it. All right, there's the link, Than. If you want to come in, come on in, Than. I think we might have some. I'm not 100% sure. I need to get my charger. Where's my charger at? Take a break and enjoy Hangout. You know what? Here's the thing. Right now, it's like it's just me. So, the thing is, if I don't do it, nothing gets done. I'm the only one that's doing all the work. And my wife has been on me because she's like, are you ever going to stop? Do you ever stop? And it's honestly, no, I don't. I don't stop, because if I stop, then
What's up?
oh, hey Dan. Speaking of that, I should show up. What's up, Paul?
Same shit, different toilet.
Yeah, I can agree.
Or same shit, different tank, maybe.
That too. That too. Yeah, just dude, just totally, totally. I don't know, dude.
It looks good. It looks good. It's see the crappy part that it's good that goes with a minimalistic rockscape is you don't have as much rock as you'd like for as many places to place all them different corals. It's kind
Yeah.
of catch-22. You know what I mean? The less you put in there, the less coral placement you have.
Well, I also think that just the fact of always having a regular tank versus a peninsula tank, that's a whole different ball game in
That's
itself. Like,
That's what I love about my drop off. The peninsula, now you got three sides of a tank, two
yeah,
long and one short, versus just one long side. You got
yeah,
it's like having two fish tanks because you got the left side and the right side, not just the front side.
correct. Yep, exactly. So, I don't know. Like I said, I had to throw a live stream up earlier just to get motivated to put a window in. It's crazy. Like for real. My wife's like, she called me while I was live and was like, "Are you serious? You're gonna sit there and do a live stream?" And I was like, "I already got the window in." That's what I started the live stream to get the window in. I'm just like, ugh. So, but it is looking good. It looks really, really, really good. The way, like, honestly, every time I look at it, I'm still in love with it. Like, it looks really good with no water in it. Like,
It's going to look a lot fuller once you put that water in there.
Yeah.
Like a magnifying glass makes everything look bigger.
Yeah, right.
That's what she said.
That's yeah. Well, you know, those corals people don't realize until I pulled them out, you know, how big they really are.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's because they're in that big ass tank. That's why when I watched you pull that green slimer out that filled the freaking 5-gallon bucket, it didn't look like it was that big. Because it's just taking up a rinky-dink little corner piece of a big-ass tank. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yep. For the first time, Mad Reaver. What happened? I don't know. But yeah, so I really just got this front section here, and I don't know what I'm gonna do or how I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna keep it kind of low here and just kind of really just start tapering it off from there, just down to some single point rocks just to have stuff on it. I really want some, like, I want a nice Zoa rock. I think, you know, I really ain't into the Zoas, but I think I want to put I got some other chaos. I got some other stuff, but just a bunch of that ain't gonna choke each other out. That give them time to actually grow and be okay and look good, and not just choke each other out until it's only one. I don't like that one colored rock. So I put a link. Is that other? No, is anybody having problems or? I don't know. Let's see. Um, let's see. I don't know. Whatever. Links there. Somebody has it. Reef keeper. Leave the rock for now, since you're what it says. Since you're happy and keep the build going, you can always go back and change scape anytime until corals are ready to go in. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It's just a pain in the butt once it's full, though.
Yeah, but you're at the point now where you ain't going to add but 4 or 5 more rocks, probably.
No, I probably still got about a box of rocks to use for this
Yeah?
front piece. Yeah,
Damn.
probably at least another 40 pounds, 50 pounds of rocks right here in the front. That's just on the next couple little, like, I don't know, kind of little scapes or something. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking.
That's that Florida base rock, right?
Yeah, I think so. Crib C. It's base and shelf rock.
Yeah. That's the
So
same
I got a
stuff I
bunch of
use.
base, but I got 4 boxes of shelf rock. So 40 pounds per box of shelf rock.
Only thing I don't like about that stuff is the phosphates that's in it.
What, in this rock?
Yeah, it comes from a phosphate mine. That's where they get it from.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to too much worry about it. There's a lot of water. So we're gonna cycle it in the tank with some live rock. So and then we'll be doing a huge probably one huge water change and then let it sit.
That's what I did, but it was in the sump out in the garage. Did a huge water change on it. I can't remember what the phosphates went up to, but did a huge water change on it, and then I just kept putting drops of Phosphate RX every now and then into it, just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
And
See, I probably
pretty
run.
much just because I had it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, worst case scenario, what I would do is just run a big thing of carbon and a big thing of GFO,
Yeah.
and just strip the heck out of the water real quick
I didn't
and
even think
change it
about
out
it.
about Yeah, that's what I'll do. Instead of a big water change, I'll compensate with GFO. At the end of the day, I don't think you're saving any money either direction you go, because either you're using a bunch of salt on these systems for a water change, or you're going to be using a nice thing to. Well, GFO goes a long way. A little goes a long way. So
Yeah, it
you
just
know,
takes a little longer. You know what I mean? If you use a little bit of it versus a whole.
right?
But
Yeah,
who cares if it's we're not
yeah,
trying to save corals or anything, so who cares how long it takes or how fast it goes?
right. Yeah, I'll probably just run a pretty much like a whole canister of GFO
Strip
because
it real quick and be done with it
yeah,
quick and do it
yes,
again.
I stripped the heck out of it real quick because
Yeah.
there's no corals going to be in it when I do that. So just strip
Hit
the heck
zero,
out of
motherfucker.
it, pretty much. Run through it real quick. But yeah, we'll probably do that, and then I'll test everything, see how everything's as far as when it comes to that, and then I'll probably introduce like a bottle of aquavitra fuel, um, just to kind of help with the part of live rock, just to have nutrients in the tank for those things to speed up the process of getting things rocking and rolling.
That's why I like using the phytoplankton. It's just kind of
Or the phyto.
the beginning,
Yeah.
beginning of life. You know what I mean? I start dumping phytoplankton into my new tank. I just dumped a whole bottle. Fuck it.
Yeah. And then I'm probably going to, I don't know, I'll probably go to Algae Barn and probably get some more pods, extra pods, all kind of pods, and probably load it up, like you said, some phytoplankton as well. Let them
Yeah.
run rabbit, in here and really get those things rocking and rolling and just multiplying like crazy. So when you start putting fish in and stuff like that, it's going to be ready to go. You can kind of monitor everything and watch your levels as far as nutrients a lot easier.
Yeah, I bought a big bag from Algae Barn of the 5280 or whatever it is. I forget the three
Yeah,
the three pods, three combo, and then
yeah.
I signed up for a monthly subscription. Just get a little jar of it, a little mason jar, and just dump it in every month.
Oh, what do they charge for that?
I want to say $30 or something like that.
That ain't bad.
Nah, I mean, I don't have to do it for forever, but just to, keep things going. I don't know, I'll probably do it for a year or so.
Right. And how's everything going with your tank right now?
Looking good, actually. You fucking crap. Oh, there it is. It's so hard to see when it's dark in here. My damn stand is black. And so is this phone clip. I can't never see where it's at. There we go. Not too bad. I don't have any colonies yet, but
You ain't going to, not anytime soon. That takes a while, man. I didn't get those. It took about 2 years to really
you
start
say
really
you
getting
had
it.
a colony. Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel you.
you know. What's up, D Ward? How's it going down there, Ward? In your neck of the
Good.
woods?
Everything
How,
good, man. It didn't hit us too bad, so I'm thankful for that.
that's good. That's good. I was kind of worried about everybody down there, man.
Yeah, some of the surrounding areas, man, it's bad though. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about not even 30, 45 minutes away. It's all tore up.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a few friends that's done had some major damage done to their houses.
Well, lucky it wasn't Florida again. They had enough last year.
No,
Yeah,
that's right.
I don't know if I go another week without sleep.
Right.
And I don't have enough ice. I'll be putting a bag of ice in this thing every 30, 45 minutes.
Yes, Than, come in. I gave you the link. Than was like, is that Ward's Aquatics? You can't not miss his voice. Even if his name did pop up.
Oh man. You know
You
how
got that,
often I
you
hear
got that
that?
deep voice. Hey boy, you want a little cake? No.
You gonna eat your cornbread?
You gonna eat some cornbread?
Oh man.
He says, I'm not coming in. Well, good, stay out there. No.
Come
He's
on
in
in,
his
man. Don't be like that.
no, because he's already in his pajamas.
Tristan, what's up?
What's up, Tris?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much, man.
Cleaning these here fans to go back underneath the sump. I just got finished with all my wiring.
Tighten the wiring up a little bit.
Yeah, I cleaned up all the wiring. I got my cabinets installed.
Why is your stuff really like your speakers or something? Something ain't sounding crazy.
Let me see. Let's see if I get some earphones.
He said he got an image to maintain. I'm done with that right now for that one. I'm done. He said, Awoka says, title guides tour fans closet video. There you go. Yeah, everything looking good, man.
I kind of messed up a few days ago.
Well, what you do?
I refilled my calcium reactor, but I didn't dial back the seconds. So I was still putting the same amount of CO2 in, and it didn't really dawn on me there's less water, so it's going to need less CO2 to be saturated. And a couple of them aren't happy, but it's not too many. So shit happens, live and learn.
You said you just changed out the media, or just
added topped off.
And you said you didn't dial back the
I was running at what I was running at like every 4 seconds or something, and I should have went back to like 5 or 6 seconds on the carbon doser.
Yeah, but why would your parameters change?
I don't know. All of a sudden, my alkalinity went up after I did that.
Really?
So I figure,
I never touch mine. I just leave it because that's what it's going. That's what it's using. So, I wonder if I don't know.
I mean, it makes sense if he has more media in there, then it's going to be putting more into the tank, so increasing the levels.
Yeah. Well, it just depends on how low he was too.
Yeah, true.
I mean, think about that. Probably a good 3.5 inches or so. I filled up. Yeah, 3.5, 4 inches.
Yeah.
How high did it jump?
Just a point. I mean, it went from. Hang on, let me look at my schematic.
Like a full DKH or just a point?
Oh no. Okay. Well, yeah, it went from like 9.2 to 10.1.
Yeah, that's about normal. Mine's do that, and then it tapers back off.
Yeah, I was about to say that shouldn't be too bad on anything.
Yeah, this chalice right here kind of bleached out on the top and the side. And this millie right here on the side, you really can't see from this side. Hang on, let me see what we can see from here. Nope, too far away. The millie in the middle is on this side of it, like the dark side where it don't get too much light, is kind of bleached out.
Gotcha.
I think it's just those two though. Oh no, this one of my favorite ones. That's actually the one that made me test right there. The side of it and the polyp extension, man. Them polyps used to just go all over the place, and they went away, and it kind of reached out in the center.
Gotcha.
That's the only one I'm even upset about that got affected. The other ones I don't give a shit about. But
hey, you want to hear a funny story?
huh.
Paul?
Yeah, what's up?
You gonna care in a minute if this endo band don't come back.
Do what?
I said you gonna care in a minute if this endo band don't lit up.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
We were just talking about that earlier about, we bet people are going to take more care in, care in their tanks than ever before.
You got that right, man. You start losing all that kind of stuff. That's a problem.
Right. Most definitely.
Man, I've been sitting on my little. I bought an acid trip millie a few months back. Man, that thing did not want to grow, and all of a sudden, it's like the past 2-3 weeks, it's just like tripled in size, throwing branches everywhere.
Yeah, I started using the acro power, and some of them that I haven't seen do anything have started taking off.
That's where, I love my aquaculture fuel, but since I'm like doubling the size of what I had here, I think I'm just going to buy gallons of acro power and just put that on the doser.
That's what I did. I bought a digital timer. It's up here. It goes do a 10-day program on it. Right. And I have it turn on every single day, 8 a.m. till 8:15.
Nice.
And then I probably can't really see it because it's so dark. I got the little 1.1 mil doser over there, and it just, however much that equals out to is what they get.
Gotcha.
He said Waters Aquatics, aka Barry White Aquatics.
Who said that thing?
Wayne.
Oh. Man, everybody always messing with me about my voice.
That is funny. Yeah, so that's what I plan on doing, just because that's going to be, because aquaculture fuel is not cheap.
No, it's not.
And I just don't really care for it because it has to be refrigerated.
You know what? I'll be honest with you, Paul. I don't refrigerate that stuff.
Yeah, but it's cold as can be where you live.
He gets that instant refrigeration.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, you might as well be Antarctica. I'm from Florida.
What Monty is that right there in the front? Is that a Monty? Front left, bottom?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, what crap.
Or is that a chalice?
A chalice, yeah, my bad. That's
Raha Rampage?
No, it's the purple one. It's supposed to have like different color polyps, but it got moved.
My Miami?
I want to say not the Miami. What's the man? I can't remember. I can't tell anymore because they don't even have the colors. It's just yellow, orange, and red.
Got you.
I keep forgetting. Man, I'll have to look it up now.
Yeah, I can't keep up with all those names, man.
It's hard, man.
I give up. If I see it, hey, look. All right, let me get that. That's it.
This is one of my favorite ones right here, and it was just a little $25 polyp that has some orange on it. I thought it was cool.
What is that? A rainbow?
The Incanata thing?
Incanata, yeah.
Yeah. And it's starting to get some pink. Like when the polyps come out where the orange is, it looks kind of red, and then the polyps actually look pink.
I had one of those, man. I like them, but they so aggressive, and I swear, like, I would have a coral fall off, and it would find it. I swear that Echinata would find everything that fell and just nuke it. So
Well,
They dangerous.
Yeah, they are, man.
yeah,
Beautiful,
he's
but
got plenty
deadly.
of room, so he should be far away from everybody. But I do know this arrow crab pushed,
Lobo.
yeah, the Lobo over here, and I had to stick my little stick down there and get him away from it. I didn't know who was going to win the fight on that one, but I didn't want to find out.
The echinatas are nasty, man. Telling you.
So.
But yeah, I got so many pieces in my tank, man. It's the same way. It's super hard to keep up with all those names, but the ones I spend the money on, you know, they're easy to remember because I'm being a little bit of shock about it still. But
yeah, when you start spending 200 plus on a frag, you remember the name of it real quick.
You got that right.
So this is what I did with the drop off, Rico.
I was wondering what that was.
That's the drop off.
Nice. What are your plans for that one?
It looks like a psycho's nightmare over here, but once all these things start encrusting and taking off, and you really can't see the PVC pipe, and then the pipe is in there because I'm going to get some eels, and they can crawl around in the pipe and feel safe.
Okay.
So,
ribbon eels or what?
Probably some snowflake eels. I was thinking the ribbon eels, but probably just some snowflakes, the albino and a regular one.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But that'll be all right. I think it looks pretty cool.
So, Dan is asking, what do you guys think about drop-off tanks?
I think they're awesome as long as they're not 36 inches deep.
Sounds like personal experience right there.
Yeah. Whoops.
Dan said, are they a pain in the butt to maintain? Yeah, if they're 36 inches deep.
As far as flow, if you I have my MP10 off in the back over here, and I have plenty of flow down here. And then because it was so full with the Bucani rock and the small colonies of acropores and stuff, I had to have a power head, the gyra here, a gyra here, and a gyra all the way on the back wall up and down so I could get flow around this way. This one pointed down into here to go around, and then I had this one over here hanging so that it could go around this way.
Man, that's a lot.
It was a lot. And to the point where I needed to add another power head. And I was like, man, this is getting ridiculous because sooner or later, once these things are actual colonies, it's going to be a lot. But then I do use the Jebos, so I probably could have stepped my game up a little bit on the power head.
But I don't think people realize that takes, 150 gallon drop off? Yeah. That's a big drop off.
I just want a small one.
The shallow end is 18 inches, and then the deep end is 36.
Holy cow.
Once I put something down here, I could never get it again. It was that was it.
Yeah, I had a 150, man, that 30-inch deep tank with the canopy on it, and that was just the worst tank, man.
I think that's I don't know. Somebody's mic is echoing. What do you guys think about this tank? Should I leave it open?
What do you mean, the top?
Yeah.
I wouldn't, because then the light bleeds and it takes away from.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, with that particular style of tank, I would cover it up, Rico.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I was trying to contemplate, but I'm like, nah.
Yeah, because you gonna have a ton of light on that thing, man.
I think I'm gonna do a poll and see what people think too.
Yeah.
Because that is a lot of light, and that's what I was
thinking about.
But the front door closed. all that light going out up them stairs, the police gonna think you growing something besides corals.
Dude, I just love when people look at my house all weird.
They probably already think that all the electric that's running up on.
That's what my nephew said to me. He's like, "You ain't worried about them kicking your door in? I ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm growing corals."
And you know they got those helicopters that fly over and they can detect those heat signals. Yeah.
That's why I don't understand why people don't use the radiation blankets.
Right. You would think they would think about that, but
they're 99 cents. You could cover your entire grow room, you know, a bedroom for probably $10, 15 bucks at most.
That's insane.
It's
not worth your freedom? Okay.
Somebody says, then are you going to start selling more acros when the building is done? Yes, he is. A whole lot more. A whole lot. That building definitely is going to help him out in so many ways because it's an actual enclosed building, not a greenhouse, and you know all the pollen and everything, just whatever running up in there. You don't got to worry about the time of the year out there or anything like that. You know, he's got certain times that he can do, and acros that are there do pretty good. And then the rest of the years is just really bad, you know. So this is a game changer for sure. Can't wait to get the tanks in there, but it's going to be a while. Yeah, we should hopefully everything can be at least half the building just when it comes to system wise will definitely be up and running by the time we do the barbecue thing. Are you coming up for that, Paul? Are you going to be able to come up for that?
A barbecue?
Yeah, the Tidal Gardens barbecue thing. We're having a bunch of YouTubers. We did our little trial run this year. And it's turned out pretty good. We got to talk about a date. We still got to get a date and start hammering it for advertising.
I better be some hella good barbecue food.
Okay, we're just having it catered now.
You don't want that pressure.
Yeah, I don't want that pressure. After you said it like that, I'm
good. I forget how many miles it is, but it's like 14
hours. It's 1,000 miles.
Oh, that's a flight. That's a flight right there.
For Florida to here, it's probably you probably get a flight for like $69 or something, or like 150 round trip or something crazy. Which in reality, I mean, that's just gas one way.
Yeah. Oh, what is that?
That was Tristan. Pat muted his mic. All right, we're back. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. I might do a mangrove, but I don't know they're going to be in the spot I'm putting in a 700-gallon tank there. Yeah. I'll tell you what, this thing might going crazy. Yeah, that might going crazy for real. So I remember a lot of people asked then about display tank. So there will be 2 display tanks. So just so you guys know, be 2 display tanks. So hopefully they'll be on point. So y'all make sure y'all keep up and watch what he's doing, and also put y'all foot on his neck if he's not doing something right.
How does it sound now?
It shows. It sounds good.
Yeah, you good now, man.
I have to reset all the settings.
He says going to have a show tank for the first time in 20 years. You hear that, guys? 20 years.
Murph, what's good?
What's up, man?
Not much, just hanging out with the reefers.
Yeah.
This is Throwback Friday instead of Throwback Thursday, what we used to do.
A day late and a dollar short.
Pretty much. One will be SPS. There you go. I'm highway kind of, I really don't know. Kind of hesitant, man, without my blue clothes on this one too.
Hey Rico, are you going to run a full mixed reef on this time?
I did not hear anything you said.
Are you going to run a full mixed reef?
Y'all catch that?
I couldn't catch it either.
I didn't hear it now.
Every time I test this one, I'll see it.
It's just the echo in your room, Tristan, again.
Yeah, man. The blue clothes, man. I think the blue clothes really just made things pop. That's what I liked about it. I know a lot of people are not a big fan of those, but it worked for me, at the end of the day. Reaper G says, are you going to run mixed reef this time? Honestly, to answer that question, my last tank was really, it was SPS dominant, but it really was a mixed reef too.
Yeah.
There was Zoas in there. There's LPS, and there was a whole bunch of softy. Just the clothes in itself. There's pulsing Xenia in there. But yeah, to answer that question, yeah, I'm still gonna run a lot of different things in there, not just SPS. So we're gonna put some bounce mushrooms, all different kinds of zoas, whatever. Thank you for sending me that. I didn't get the email yet. I probably did, but I just ain't checked it. Thank you. And yeah. Yeah, so this one is just, I'm trying to visualize a lot. And you know what? It's like, don't even visualize. Just start getting things, get this thing hooked up, get the water in it, take it slow, and just start peppering the tank, like I tell anybody else, and let it do what it's going to do.
You using hose water?
I do what? Garden hose water?
Yeah, for the hose. Or are you gonna do RODI?
No, I'm not doing 1,200, almost 1,200 gallons. So be at 12. I ain't doing that.
That's what I did.
What? RO?
RODI water. It took 10 days to fill my
Yeah, how much DI resin did you blow through?
I put brand new filters. The whole thing, the whole 6 stage was all brand new, And then the only thing I didn't change was the top sideways one. What's that, DI?
Yeah, DI resin.
No, not the DI. That's
the membrane.
The membrane. That's the only one I didn't change out when I got done. I changed all the other ones out, all 5 of the other ones out.
That membrane.
You'd be surprised how that membrane will slow your system down, though.
Yeah, I at the end of the day, every day, I did a backwards flush to clean it out, and I let it flush for like 20 minutes, and then
I can make 100.
How many gallons per day is your system?
75.
Oh, no wonder, dude.
Yeah. When I got it, I had a nano tank.
Yeah, I got you. That makes sense. Yeah, mine is mine at the shop is 300 gallon per day. So that thing can move some water, boy.
That's what I need.
Yeah, man.
You start getting into some real money though when you get into those.
Go
ahead.
The initial purchase was a little steep, but the filters and everything for the upkeep isn't terrible.
Yeah.
I want to say to change out all 6 of them was like $90 or $100.
Yeah, see
So
on that.
How long did your DI resin last though?
My DI resin lasts for quite a while. Because you got to think, I'm only starting out with just over 100 TDS right from the tap anyway. So I'm not too bad to start off with. Like some people got like what 500, 600, 700 TDS.
Yeah, I've seen some of that, man. That is raw.
Yeah, Fan says the bigger RO systems have better membranes that last forever.
Yeah. I probably had to change mine on that system, and I go through a whole lot of water, just doing maintenance and everything. So I probably have to change my membranes about every 5, maybe 6 months. But I use a ton of water, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to step up on the water change game a little bit.
Maybe I'll just run some more. I don't know, man. I got all brand new. Like I could change out. I got brand new membranes and all that. It's just the DI part that I really don't want to be burning up. That stuff.
What are you talking about for? Are you talking about for your initial fill up of the tank?
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, you got to do the RODI, man. You got to.
Why? I've done them before with just tap water. My last system was half tap water and half RO.
For real?
Yeah.
Rico comes from the days where there was no RO.
I remember that time. I remember that time too, but I'm just terrified of that, man.
I mean, my system looked good.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't blame nothing. Said I had bad experience with it.
Yeah, I just really, really wanted to start out with the RODI right off, all of it fresh, just to give that much better chance. You know what I mean? Just
right.
I think the water coming in, I think I'm gonna make sure the batteries ain't too old. It still pops up, but when it's running, it goes down. It's under 100 TDS coming in.
That's not bad because I think even here where I'm at, my TDS is like 72. So it's not terrible.
It's like 70s.
Yeah. But it's crazy. You go about 10 miles down the road and their TDS is over 200. So it's weird how that works sometimes.
Yeah, so Van says, my parents' place, he remembers had TDS of 250 and he didn't use an RO when he had a tank there. So there you go.
Yeah.
So
hey, if it works, man.
Right. And I think I got about 90 PSI running through my 85, close to 90 PSI as far as pressure.
Gotcha. Uh-huh.
What happened to
Merkel
Merkel?
dropped out.
Yeah, did he sometimes he does that sometimes. Like I think he lose signal or something.
Gotcha.
Huh.
Rico, you ever decide what you're gonna do with that last section of the tank?
I think I'm gonna build another some like a lower scape maybe,
Okay. Like
and then
a solid island type look, or
yeah, like a solid
yeah.
island.
I think that'd be cool since you got all the caves and stuff going on already.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna do that with then like some single flat pieces, just to
Uh,
put encrusting stuff and some doors or something. I don't know.
you gonna take some pieces and cut them off, or you gonna try to get some of those? Who makes those stacks? Is that
That's just Marco rock.
is that Marco Rock that has stacks?
Yeah, but I mean I just use this shelf rock. That's what I
Yeah,
got in the house, shelf and base rock.
gotcha. Yeah, I think that'll look good, man.
Excuse me.
I like that idea a lot better than the other one we were talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that big plate.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I don't know. For some reason, I liked it that big plate. But then again, now that I'm sitting here looking at this tank, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. I was just trying to picture it in there, man. I was like, it's going. I don't know. I feel like it was going to throw off what you had going on in there.
Yeah. Two little 50 makes the stacks rocks. Yeah. Yeah, Julian.
Okay, I was about to say. I thought I saw them at Julian Sprung. Okay.
That's Julian's thing, but it's Marco Rock.
Okay.
That's all it is. I think for that rock on a small scale for like a nano tank,
Yeah.
cool. I couldn't see doing a whole tank with that stuff. It reminds me of you did that, it looked like Lego. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, guys? Coming in. Hello. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I gotta get so my plan is once this is I get my sump, everything built, get everything done. I'll probably have Dan come over and go ahead and shoot the initial, which obviously it won't be nothing to see, but it's official. We got the document of it coming in. We shot that footage of it up and running, and then give it about I don't know, probably about a year. I don't know for the next whatever update, nice update with the good camera. Um, Rico, when you gonna go look at your student's tank? I set it up. What's that? Yeah, and exactly, Than, and that's the thing. Just having it documented on somebody else's platform for me, especially after what happened to that last channel that just mysteriously vanished. Yeah, yeah, that too. Uh, all right, how we doing? Says let's get those thumbs up. Let's see. Water change every week. Too much for 28 nano. Or is 5 gallon water changes every week too much for 20? Why would it be too much? I mean, I wouldn't do. I mean, it just really depends on you. I mean, you figure they want you 10%, but that's more than 10%. But you're talking what? 2.2 gallons more? I don't know. I wouldn't just mix up two gallons. For me, if I ever ran something like that, I'd probably just do a 5 gallon and call it a day. That's just me. Don't do what I do, but yes, that's just my opinion. So now on this system, I'll probably do 100 gallons or 200 gallon water change every 3 months, or 100 gallon once a month. I don't know. Hey, Fan, if you're still here, what are you going to do as far as water change on your system? Are you going to do monthly, weekly, every other week, whenever you feel like it? How regular are you going to be on your water changing? That is the question.
I gotta go back to the shit.
Hey, Sandy. Thanks, Sandy. Appreciate that. I'm going to do a proper, more video once it's done. Really small automated ones. Okay, so speaking of the automated ones, here was my thought. I honestly thinking about and contemplating on automated 1 gallon a day water changes. That's what I was thinking. Getting that system where it takes out 1 gallon and pumps it out, and then puts back 1 gallon to a T.
Apex dose.
Whatever it is. No, not the Apex dose. There's another thing that I can't remember what it is. It's
Liter
like
meter.
Is it the buckets? You know what I'm talking about? The buckets. The two buckets.
The 2 5-gallon buckets.
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Shipping corals out, you're going to get water changes too, as well. Now, I mean, not even a water change. Basically, what do you want to call it? A Gatorade, a replenishment.
That's why I was saying I need to step up my water change game, because I mean you can't. It's a 20 gallons once a week.
Yeah. No, Mark, I'm not selling any corals right now. I'm not worried about that. But yeah, I appreciate it though. But yeah, I ain't doing anything right now but trying to focus and get this done and keep those corals on life support right now. It says I feel really dumb if I make no sales. Reservoir. Sumps?
What do you mean for the ATO?
Oh, auto top offs? I'll probably have a 50-gallon auto top reservoir for my auto top off. I had a 35 on this last system. I'm gonna put a 50 on this next system. And I think my sump's going to have a lid on it to help keep down evaporation. Uh-oh, Jamie just kicked in the door. The wife. It's the wife. It's the wife. Warning.
Jamie.
Warning. It's the wife. Question. My peppermint shrimp keeps doing what? Peppermint shrimp keep doing at my bubble tip anemone. Is this normal? It keeps doing. What does it keep doing? Rico loves James tank better. He's trying to trip me up. She's not here. He took the kids to meet up with their other classmates to go hang out and party, jump at the jump place or whatever. You know how you jump.
On trampolines?
Yeah, the trampoline place. Yeah.
Yeah, I just took Lindsay to one down here.
Like
3-4 days ago.
Yeah, they just all went there. So
yeah, love that stuff, man.
Obviously, I can't participate in on trampolines if I want to continue to walk.
I'm telling you what, it's not as easy as it was when I was a kid.
You got that right.
And my daughter wanted me to do the rock climbing wall. Holy cow. I feel like I got like two little twigs, two little toothpicks trying to hold up a big fat watermelon.
That's one way to put it.
Not as easy as it once was, as I'm shaking my arms and legs. And the last thing I want to do, because I'm pouring in sweat. The last thing you want to do is fall in that freaking pit of foam.
Yeah.
Hey, like how many millions of people been in here? Probably not millions, but thousands of people, all sweaty. I was like, oh, I don't want to fall in that.
Yeah, I wonder how what they do to sterilize that. But yeah, that's where she took the kids, and hopefully they had fun. I thought today was Thursday for whatever. It's Friday. I'm all backwards. Yes, Dr. Welsh, Paul is back. He's back, and he went big too. He crossed over, go big or go home.
Yep. I like corals too much. Every time I get another tank, it's full of corals in 2 or 3 months. And then you're just sitting there watching stuff grow. That's all. You know what I mean? You can't do anything. You're stuck.
Yep. Been there.
So I'm going to entertain this one. Said, can you add goldfish to can I add goldfish to my reef tank?
Sure.
You can do whatever you want to do. But just remember, everything has a consequence.
I can add goldfish.
Oh my.
I'm glad you read that one. That one put a smile on my face.
I had to. I couldn't help it. I had to read that one. That's too funny. So hopefully Jamie comes home and turns her camera on. I've been on her, guys. I've been on her and I've been on her about doing a video. She needs to get a video out. So you guys know, but I've been trying. So hopefully she comes home and makes a darn video because she hasn't done anything. The tank is just sitting there with water. She got it wet. She talked about getting it wet, and that was it.
She might be showing everybody the true meaning of patience.
I think she's got everybody beat on patience. Most people want to, already had stuff jammed in there. But you're right, Paul. True meaning of patience.
That's what I got Lindsay doing. Her tank's been up for at least a month now, if not longer.
But at the did you use some of your rock, or is it just straight dry rock you use?
Just straight dry rock, but one side. Yeah.
She stole rock from my tank, and yeah.
Jumpstart.
Yeah, jump starter. So I had to actually take it out and break it up. But she stole the rock and walking around with a bucket with a piece of rock, my live rock, um, with no water in it. Is it live or is it dead rock? Going to be dead rock is what she was trying to do. What will be her first fish? I don't know how we doing. You will have to let her speak on that one. Probably clowns, if I'm guessing. So, a couple things I do want to do. Also, I think I want to get a pair of pistol shrimp and something like that. I don't know, but then again, I don't know if I want that big clicking, like, you know.
Yeah. Wait, the bridge is breaking? That's crazy.
So I got another question here I'm going to entertain. Can I fit 2 pairs of clowns in a 350-gallon tank?
Sure.
I think you can.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I think that's very possible. Chris, you can tell her that yourself. I don't know how well that would go over, but hey.
Oh, we want to hear this.
Oh,
This has got to be better.
it's the way it came out. That's all. Okay, I'll entertain this one for tonight. He says, Kristen, tell her I'll send her a pair. That's it. Okay. I'll leave that alone. Get a Regal Tang. I have a Regal Tang. I had a Regal Tang in the last one. And I am getting, I do want, must have a trio of leopard wrasses in this tank. And the wife wants leopard wrasses. So. Hey, Chris, I was teasing. I get it. I get it. I had to go there because just the way it came out.
That's the one reason I hate I didn't go bare bottom, or hate I did go bare bottom in my display tank because I can't put any leopard wrasses in there now.
To be honest, I thought I entertained bare bottom. I know a lot of people are wondering what sand, whatever. I will make a video. I put it out. I am going to put sand in here. I will get more in detail on what kind of sand, but I will put sand. Yo, what's up, Billy?
I just put I just used a little Tupperware, like a little 6x9, maybe not even quite that big.
Yeah.
I thought about that too, Paul. But I don't know. I just being at Worldwide Corals and stuff and looking at their like it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I just can't do it, bro.
I like it. I mean, I like it a lot actually because it makes just detailing everything very simple, and then like you said, worldwide how they have stuff growing across the bottom.
And you ain't got to worry about where you're going to put your zoas.
Exactly.
You got the whole bottom for chalices and zoas.
Yeah.
And who knows what else.
And then most of the times with your flow, everything settles in one spot. So, I mean.
But can't you just put some flat rock there and do the same thing?
Yeah, but I mean, then you got, it doesn't, I don't know, it's just, I mean, you can, but then you got a whole bunch of little rocks everywhere. You know what I mean? I just think it's really cool when all the zoas and the chalices and everything,
right?
Make the floor of the ocean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Now I'm with you guys on it. I gotta have my salt. I mean, my sand, man.
Yeah,
This is the
it
first
was
time I went bare bottom, and I'm really glad I did.
same here. I tried it out on a small tank first. I did it on Innovative Marine 30-gallon first to see how I would like it, and shoot, man, that thing had me hooked on it real quick. So I set that Red Sea Reefer up. Then yeah, that was it.
Mike's doing bare bottom too. This 300 was bare bottom, but I don't know, man.
Instead of having white sand, you got pretty colored corals.
Well, I'm gonna have the sand covered with all kinds of stuff, but I still need that sand, man. I need it. It just looks to me, like I said, I'm willing to give credit, like nice display, beautiful display,
Oh yeah, for sure.
but I just can't do it. Sandy says she believes she's going bare bottom too.
Ooh, excuse me.
Whoa.
My bad.
And I wanted to say rain.
Regular old Homer Simpson.
Adam's family.
There you go. Oh man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Awoken says once BRS put out the WWC video, everyone going bare bottom. Yeah, I can't follow people's trend. I mean, not saying you can't have success either way because it's proof you can. It's just not. It just doesn't look natural when I hit that bottom and I look, and they got corals all over the place on the bottom of their main display, but it just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I think it really just ends up being the people that really are trying to keep a lower nutrient system.
Yeah, and that's another thing. That's a key point you brought up. Keep a lower nutrient system, but I don't think people realize that. There's people that are doing really ultra low with minimalistic lighting. Worldwide corals, low. They don't have fast growth though. They don't have no rapid growth. They got really slow growth. They don't have the par. Their lights are not really par. Far as par numbers are really low, and and the nutrients is low.
Because they're looking to show off their tanks for that wow factor. They got You're right. They got the colors. They got it looking nice, but it's not fast.
It doesn't like it looks good, but then you go to people that have these big blown out big colonies where that's a wow factor because you don't even really see that. You see a bunch of stuff, just frags and mini colonies, and that's it. I like seeing big corals. Like I love it.
Now I will say that display they have in the front, man. Before they redid it, they had some massive pieces in there. Yeah. They took it all out for whatever reason, but those pieces were. I mean, the stalks on one of those things I know had to be about 5 inches across. I mean, it was massive.
The thing is, you don't really see that though.
Yeah. Everybody. Nobody lets their stuff grow anymore. Yeah.
They cut them up, man. They go to brand new bat in a nice piece, name brand piece, and can't wait to chop it all up.
Because they try to get the money back on it so they can spend it on something else. You know what I mean? I was doing the same thing. I was letting stuff grow and then chopping it up with my bounce mushroom.
And see, my thing with it is, like, I hate cutting out of my display. So basically, my plan is, and I think, Rico, I talked to you about it, with these new grow-out systems I'm getting in, I'm going to, everything in my display tank, I'm going to frag a piece of and put it in the grow-out, and that'll be what I use to frag from instead of cutting out of my display.
You know what? I need to come down there, too. I need to come down there and peep you out, man. I think I'm going to set that trip up.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Up and running. I think I'm that ain't nothing.
Where you at?
Yeah. Me? I'm in Greenville, North Carolina, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Greenville.
Yep.
So Fans asking, or how many gallons you have? Coral.
Total
Yeah, for your
total
system.
volume, including the display, is about, let's see, probably about 450 to 500 gallons total volume.
At the shop?
Yeah, at the shop. Yeah, 'cause my store, like I said, my store isn't big. It's not a huge place, so that's about max that I have. So that's the display. I have two 80 deep blues, and I have a 60 deep blue that I do SPS in. So yeah, and then I'm getting ready to add both of those grow out systems that I was going over with you. So that'll be another 340 gallons right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't have junk neither.
Nah. Everything I keep in for the most part, about 90% of my stuff is going to be, name brand or high end. Yeah.
That's pretty much where I'm at. Even if you got a big ass tank, you ain't got but so much space. I ain't trying to mess it up with no, the little junk.
Yeah, man.
Okay, this is a good talk. This is a good topic because for everybody that thinks this high end and this low end stuff ain't worth nothing, guess what? It's going to be worth something more than what you think.
You're absolutely right. When it's a huge colony, I mean, at the end of the day, if you've got 100 colonies in a big tank and you only take 100 frags off of each one, you've got 1,000 frags. You sell them for $25 a piece.
Yeah.
Or 10,000 frags. You sell them for $25,000 a piece. You know what I mean? You're looking at $250,000.
Yeah. That is true. So how much money I got over here? Let me check.
And so I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. You should be able to sell it for $25.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's why I'm getting these more expensive ones. I just think they look better. You know what I mean? The ones that have more colors to them are obviously more money.
I think some of the corals. Here's the thing. I've had corals that stay just brown. When they decide to go and color up, I got some real nice pieces that just decide to go ahead and color. And you would think it was trash. It happens more than you think. And it might just be the nutrients level might be a little slight. See, the thing is, was having especially a mixed reef tank, I feel like you're trying to balance everybody's happiness. If you're an SPS dominant guy, well, you can't. You want the water quality to be fairly good, but not too good where you're choking out your LPS or your softies. It really is it's a balancing act, and because it's a balancing act, that can be a little tricky on getting things to color the way you want them. It's easier just to say, you know what, all I'm running is just SPS. Well, so be it, and so have it. I think you'll be able to find yourself just being that type of person, being able to keep the colors that you're getting from other vendors like Jason Fox or Worldwide Coral and putting them in your tank and probably do just fine, and they probably won't morph as much. But most of us pretty much, even if we have an SPS dominant reef tank, pretty much have a mixed reef. And then placement plays a big part too. You could be 2 inches left or right to where, where he had his, say Walt Disney at, and that 2 inches makes the world of difference. And that Walt Disney you bought all colorful now is completely, maybe only has 2 colors in it, or go a solid color or whatever. There's so many variables plus the nutrients. So I see a lot of people get so upset and because they're chasing these beautiful corals. That you're chasing that potential of that beautiful coral. The potential's there because you bought it at its prime. Don't think that all the time that these corals are going to do that in your system. Your system's different.
And I mean, some people don't think about once a coral's been shipped or, transported from point A to point B, you got to realize that piece done dealt with a little bit of stress, whether it's temperature change or whatever it may be. That can
Well,
play a big part in the color.
pretty much every frac that I've ever got has, slightly morphed. If you think about it, when you get it, they've taken it off of a colony, and usually the tip is a real nice, different color.
Yeah.
Polyps, all this stuff. And then you got a little bit of the base. It starts encrusting. That's a different. Well, once you take it, you know what I mean? Even if it was left in their tank, it's still not going to be that bright colored tip anymore because it's not a tip anymore. It's a base now. It's regrown from the bottom up. That's every coral that I've ever had has always done that every time. And I could have the exact same parameters as they have for the most part. Put it in the exact same placement, you know what I mean, of par and high flow and stuff. It always, always, always happens. And yellow lilies that I have, when I got them, I told that dude I do not want any green corals. I freaking hate green. I do not want to look at my tank and see green everywhere. You know what I mean? See all these beautiful tanks and just green corals. And he's like, look, I'm sending you some yellow millies and a couple of yellow acros. He's like, they're green at first. They will yellow out. And they do. They absolutely do. They were the ugliest green when I got them, and now they're turning yellow. It's just what they do.
Fan says, you are chasing Instagram pics.
Yes, and that's a huge problem that you have to overcome when shopping online is these assholes that make their corals look like God in a fish tank. And that's not at all what it is because they're using that Photoshop and they're changing the exposure and the contrasts and the brightnesses and the shadows and the highlights. They're going through their phone and changing all this stuff to make it look like they're bringing these colors out. And that's the problem. You have to find somebody who's making a coral look as close to realistic as possible.
Yeah, for sure. The best thing to do is either go check the facility out that you're going to buy corals from, and then if they have shipping available, so be it. But the best thing you do is physically go see. So don't set yourself up for failure. It's really no different than using, things that we use to show people, on our phones or whatever, like when we're live streaming.
The orange gel filter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see what that does to me. See the gel filter just covers out. It just stops your camera from getting messed up, and it makes the coral close to what the eye is seeing. But once you start, I can make this millie that I have in here look just like a damn rainbow. But hard, you know what I mean? The colors that are in there are little tiny specks, and unless you're really looking close, you really don't even notice the blue or whatever, you know what I mean, that's in it. But you can really pull that out when you start messing with the contrast and the exposure and all that stuff. And that's beyond gel filter type stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. That's I mean, I never, honestly, I really didn't, ever get into chasing corals. I've always just been nonchalant about it. Like when I got the, compound crazy T and these, corals, water was when I picked those up. To me, it's okay, Monty. I'm not playing all ridiculous, but whatever. To me, it's like it's not a big deal, But I know they do look good. They do have great color, and if they grow out, and so be it. And they grow out, and I can share it.
That's pretty much where I'm at. I don't care that it's a Walt Disney or a Orange Passion or anything. I just like if I like the colors of it, and I can justify the price of it for what I see, then I'm going to buy it.
Right. Yeah, and that's another thing too, though. When you see something that has the color, potentially already there, I'd rather get corals like that, so you know the possibility is either going to get either greater or it's just going to do. Sometimes what corals do turn a solid color, and who knows, it might change and morph again later. Van also hit a big point and a big key on this, that best color doesn't always mean healthy coral either, and he's
You're
totally right.
absolutely right, because to get the color,
yeah,
you're actually starving the coral.
starving the coral and the whole. What was it? The what people are doing?
Zeolite.
Zeolite, prime example.
You're
That was
starving the corals of nutrients that they need to eat to pull those colors out of those colors.
yeah. So and that's the thing. And Fan hit a true point. At my biggest and my prime, at 295, 295 pounds, and my max, the 495 bench before I blew my shoulder, and being that big, I'm gonna be honest with you. That is no different, or anybody you see on stage, like he just said, bodybuilder wise. It doesn't matter, 300 pounds of straight fat or 300 pounds of straight muscle. It's all unhealthy. All unhealthy. I don't care how you look at it. It is very hard on the joints, hard on the heart. You can't go up a flight of stairs without being out of breath.
Yep. Our bones and joints aren't meant to carry that much weight.
No. Your body, period, was never meant to carry that much weight.
1 pound of weight is an extra 4 pounds of pressure on your knees. I'm not exactly sure how that weights out, but that's the way it is. That when you're walking, that little bounce, that's all I can figure. But it's an extra 4 pounds of pressure on your knees. So, even though you're 300 pounds of muscle.
No, yeah.
300 pounds is 300 pounds. It doesn't matter if it's muscle, fat, or bricks.
And 300 pounds of muscle against somebody that's just a straight 300 pounds of you think is fat, but those guys are the strongest. Strongmen guys, they're stronger than bodybuilders. Bodybuilders is a totally different ballgame. That's just sculpting body. But those other guys are, are strong. But at the end of the day, the whole point is none of it's healthy at all. None of it. Hi, hon. How you doing?
I'm good.
You're good? Why you coming in kicking in the door? Why are you down here? How come you ain't up there making a video yet? I'm always getting asked when you making video. What's going on with your thing? You got it.
I'm tearing it down because you keep asking me.
Oh my God! Here we go. You hear that, guys? Y'all heard it.
I move at my own pace.
Look, can she move at her own pace? Uh-oh.
Got milk?
Yeah.
What do you do?
What? So I added another piece on the back. I added a piece on top of that, kind of brought it up in the middle there. I think it looks better. Don't it? Than being all flat down. I think it does. So really, I just got to get that front piece right there. That's about it. And then whenever.
I wanted to put the leopard in first. When am I getting that?
When are you getting a leopard wrap? I don't know. Where are you getting a leopard wrap at? You getting that first?
I want to.
You're going to have to wait till I get my tank up then. I have to place an order or something.
Area.
That's what I'm saying.
Why?
Divers Den. Pay a little extra.
Yep. Pre-quarantine.
Yeah.
I looked at Triton, but I don't think they have it.
Well, you can get Joel to get him to whenever he's making a fish order. See if it's on the list. Jamie's getting YouTube burnt out already. Dan said. And I don't know how, because she ain't done no YouTube.
I'm not burnt out. I'm just busy. So I can't. I'm not rushing. I'm gonna make another video of what? The same thing I made the last time because it's sitting the exact same way.
Well, you better give them an update on what you have planned for it to do something. They don't care. They want.
That's how I feel about my tank. What in the hell? Ain't nothing changed.
Right. What am I gonna tell you? What I'm thinking about?
Yeah, you better tell them something. They're gonna cancel you. You won't have a second season. YouTube can get kind of rough on you.
YouTube has strict standards.
They really do.
We want to see 100% of the nothing.
Pretty much. Stand there and just talk. That's all I can tell you. They need their episode. You're late to the episode. You're supposed to at least get one a week. Not one every 6 months.
Well, I get surprised people still subscribe to my channel.
Oh, if it's out there and they like it, yeah, they'll still subscribe. You know, if they like what
I
they
look at
see.
my YouTube notifications, like, you got another new subscriber. Are you freaking kidding me?
That is for sure. Yeah. Starting to or no? She's over here instead of making a YouTube video for y'all. She's admiring her pretty red toes. She still thinks she can make this.
Speaking of toes, man, I was sliding my my glass cleaner around, and it slid off from the side of the aquarium, and I dropped it out of my hand and freaking fell on my toe. Oh my God! It's the biggest the great white shark edition one. Man,
Oh.
it bruised my damn foot.
Mm-mm. Oh, speaking of that, what magnet should I go with this tank, man? I think I want to try a new magnet. I'm gonna have to make videos. I'm gonna have to make videos and put up polls and like go through the list and find good magnets.
What do you mean, magnet cleaner?
Yeah, magnet cleaners.
The great white shark one.
I like the flipper, man.
Okay, so we got great white, we got flipper.
I have the flipper, and compared to this great white one, it's like it's like wearing Payless shoes and then going and putting on some nice custom made ones.
Really?
I promise to God, it's like these people just mass produce this stuff from China, and these guys are like, I don't want to say they're hand making it, but it's really nice. And the magnets are way stronger. It has changeable pads on it. It was just kind of well thought out and meant for longevity. You know what I mean?
So
now, how is it? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Rico.
You hit Paul on very strong. So I don't know if you guys ever heard me in the prior with this other tank. I don't use the magnets that are actually for the thickness of the glass. I will go.
And I don't actually. That's a good point. I don't recommend, because you got 3/4 inch glass. I got 1 inch acrylic, and it's a workout using the one that they recommended. I would recommend getting this.
Yeah, I don't do that. I use magnets where you got to kind of go slow with it, because if you go too, it just really pops off really easy. And DC's in here. He says strong magnet means scratch the tank, and that's the reason why. I've done it one time in my life, and I caused a scratch, and I've never done that again. Used the recommended ever.
I would definitely recommend getting the one under the great white. It's the the middle one that they have, because mine it's not. It popped off, but that's because I was going really fast and I hit the side. it stopped and I kind of kept going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was completely my fault. But it's not coming off the glass.
Yeah. Dan says no magnets. So here's my thing. I don't like really putting my hands in my tanks. Period.
Yeah,
Like
same here.
a disruption. I'm a firm believer it causes a disruption in the tank. It knocks things out of whack, and it takes a minute. And you can tell, even when you want to rinse your hands real good, your routine skimmer will show you that you just disrupted the system.
That's right.
If it's going crazy or drops its, foam head and all that, well, guess what? You can do whatever you want, but every time you stick your hand in there, you're disrupting the system. And when you disrupt it, you cause setbacks, whether you see it or not, you cause a lot of setbacks.
See, mine's doing great. No disruption.
Because you ain't did that.
Well done, Jamie. Well done.
Her tank pristine.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just thought of the other reason why I haven't done a video either is because I don't know how to use that stupid editing software.
You got your old iPhone still. You can
Yeah,
still.
but if my videos are too long, I can't get them off of that phone and on together. I can't send them.
So how long can they be? All right, Dan said, tell him, Jamie. I'll be honest, guys, okay? Like, me and Than's cool, but when it comes to him and Jamie, I'm out in the doghouse. He's going to take her side every time. He's going to take her side every time. But, yeah, well,
I used to use iMovie, and now I have the Android. I'm trying to learn that Power Director or whatever.
You don't use your phone?
That's what she's talking about.
You have an iPhone?
No, not
She got an Android now.
You had to go with the Note 9 like me. And then you know what she said the other day? I'm like, how come you ain't got a charger in your car? She's like, I don't.
She said she wished she had an iPhone.
No, she said, I don't need it. My phone don't die.
Yeah, when you get a brand new phone, it don't die. The iPhone.
No, every iPhone she's ever owned.
The battery was good in the beginning of all of them, but it just went to crap.
And my Android, I've never had.
Let me ask you something though. Do you use anything to charge your phone that's not from Verizon or whoever your carrier is?
Verizon.
Because Shayla was doing that. She was buying the pretty pink cords and stuff for her car and the house, the pretty pink little square blocks to plug into the wall with the pink cord, and they're the little components inside of them are garbage. That's why it only costs $5, and it destroys your batteries doing that.
And her iPhone, she was always getting new chargers and stuff.
Yeah, if you're going to get a charger, you got to go to Verizon or whoever your carrier is and get the one that's meant for your phone, for the car, for the house. It don't matter that it costs $25, $35. That's why it costs $25 or $35, because it has the correct components in it to correctly charge your phone.
Tell it. So everybody want to be cheap. Sometimes you get what you pay for. Actually, all the time you get what you pay for.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't realize that, but after you destroy a handful of phones, you gotta kind of think why.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we were doing. Sitting here, I'm doing the YouTube thing and live streaming and stuff. I was ruining phone batteries that way, and my wife's sitting in there watching Netflix and stuff on her phone. It kills the batteries quick.
Well, I got my new iPhone on the way, so I'm excited about that.
Which one? The X?
The Max, yeah.
Is it?
A Max?
Yeah, they did pre-order. Pre-order started this morning. Well, at my time, it was at 3:00 in the morning.
So that's the new one.
Yeah, that's the one that just announced the other day, and they started the pre-orders. This morning at 3 a.m. So.
Hey, they got like 3 different ones or what?
Yeah, they got a cheap one which is called the XR. Then they got the 10S, and then they got the 10S Max, which is the bigger one. That's the one I'm gonna get.
So are you one of those guys that pays all that ridiculous amount of money because you're not even at your upgrade yet because you have to have the new iPhone?
Nah. See, not at all. Yeah, I usually wait about 3 years in between my phones unless something happens to one. But I don't just like buy a phone every year just for the heck of it. So
yeah, I see people that do that, spending $1,200, $1,300, $1,500 on a phone because they're nowhere near their upgrade. They gotta have that brand new one. You know what I mean?
They can have that.
I'm not texting that much. You can call me. That's about it. I don't need all. I'm good. But I did get my Note 9. So because it already comes with a half a terabyte, and they coming out with the SD cards for it too. Gives you another half a terabyte. So it's gonna be this first phone that can run a terabyte.
I'll say that's the only thing that I personally like about the Droids over the iPhones. Is
expandable storage.
You don't have to pay for iCloud.
Yeah, me personally, man, I've never used the iCloud. That's why I would just buy whatever iPhone has the biggest memory. Like this one, I got the new 512 gig. So that way, I know I can record and shoot as much video as I want and not have to really be stressed about jamming up all my space.
Yeah, I got the best one, the iPhone X that they have, and it's already full. I had to spend $10 a month on 2 terabytes.
Holy cow!
Yeah. But I take pictures at every. I go and do pool screening and stuff. So every job that I go to, I take before and after pictures. So there's like 3 or 4 pictures, and then the stupid stuff that I do with my fish tank on top of that.
Right.
And then
it piles up quick.
Time, so.
Piles up quick. Yeah, I'm the same way, man. Especially my tank at the store because I start seeing new growth, on certain corals, and I try to, keep pictures going so I can kind of scroll back to day one and 6 months later, and just check my growth rate on the coral and all that stuff. So.
For Ward didn't get it that bad, but other people not far away got slaughtered from the hurricane.
Oh yeah. It's I mean, I was pretty stressed out about it too because it was supposed to be coming directly at us, but somewhere within the past 2 days it started turning a little bit, and then it dropped down from a category 3 or 4 to a 3 or a 3 to a 2, whatever it was, and I'm sure that made a big difference also.
Yeah. Hurricane season, man, that stuff is wicked down there.
Man. Yeah, that's
Yep.
That's the one thing I don't like.
I told Jamie, man, we get a vacation home there, but we ain't gonna be having my tank down there.
You got to pick the right area, man. Up on the hill and out of the flood zone.
I can't do that, man. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's like no matter where you live, you have to put some trade off. Like we deal with the hurricanes. The middle of the country deals with tornadoes.
And then
the other side of the country is dealing with
earthquakes.
Yeah, earthquakes.
Yeah.
You guys are dealing with mudslides. I mean, fires. There's fires. You know what I mean? Everybody's got to deal with stuff.
That's true. We don't do anything. To be honest, here in Ohio, like.
Oh, I forgot snow. You got to deal with snow.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's it. That's the one.
And ice.
See, I'm not built for the cold weather. I'm just not. I'm not made for cold weather.
Yeah, I'm cool. Man, listen.
After Vegas, I appreciate the cold.
Yeah, Vegas was a different type of heat.
Just a few minutes ago, I got up shivering. I had to go put a shirt on. It's 74 degrees in here.
Oh, geez. I don't know. What is it here? We probably got your weather right now. It's 75 here, 74 there.
No, I mean it's 74 inside my house. It's like
Oh,
80 something outside with the humidity. Yeah. It still feels like 108, 105.
And we're probably 72 in the house. 72. We keep it 72. Try it all year round. 72 in the house.
Inside?
Inside.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I don't think Vegas. I think the temperature stayed even at night at the lowest. I think it got down to 95.
It was triple digits when we were there. 110.
Oh yeah. And then even at night, dude, I don't think it got any lower than 95 degrees while we were there.
It didn't.
It was
crazy.
It
was still hot. Like you walked out, your breath it just took the oxygen right up out of you.
Yeah, it strips your water, man. It's crazy.
Now you know why I said that, Sam.
He said 110 question mark. Yeah, it was that.
Horrible.
You have a milkshake and go out instantly, curls in your stomach. Seriously.
I always find it amusing when people on Facebook or in Florida are talking about what kind of heater they should get for their tank. You don't need a heater. You need a chiller.
True.
And so many people sit there. I'm like, look, man, I haven't ever put a heater in my tank. It's not a problem. You got AC. You know what I mean? It's when the AC breaks that you got to worry.
Yeah, you're gonna be using a whole lot of ice.
Yeah. In my drop off, which is 150 gallons, and I had like the 30-gallon sump, so 180 gallons. I was putting 2 1-gallon Ziploc bags every 30 minutes during the day and every 45 minutes at night for 5.5 days until the electricity came back on during Irma.
Mm-hmm.
The dedication we have to our tanks.
No, we had so much heat this year, and that's not even funny. I think we set a record for what did they say? 20-something days, 23 days at 90-something.
Wow.
This year, like I don't know, man. It was hot this year, like hot.
And it's 90 degrees on Christmas here.
Yeah.
I love a hot Christmas. Like I said, I don't do the snow. Like even when it snowed, like I'm from Alabama originally. It snowed there one time where it was like deep enough for us to go out and play in like 93 or something like that. I was outside for every bit of 15 minutes and I was good. Like see the snow, step in it. North Carolina, yeah, it gets it a little more here, but it's still pretty rare here. I mean, every now and then we'll get enough to where it just slightly sticks. And then it's kind of gone. So no more than a foot typically. I think it's only went past that once since I've been here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And I figured it snowed anywhere north of Florida.
No, North Carolina is kind of, you can get some parts of North Carolina can see snow, but other than
Right. Yep, that's exactly right.
Pretty much. That's the end of that.
Hey, I'm gonna jump off, guys. My headphones dying, but I'll get up with y'all later on.
All right, you have a good night.
All right, y'all too. Talk to you later, Rico, Jamie, Than, everybody. All right.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, what salt are you gonna use, Rico?
You know what? I'm gonna put a video out to see what everybody say. I put out a video by asking people what they think if I should, go different. The funny thing was what that, I said, should I try a different salt? I put a video up about it, right? So, and I asked the question, obviously that. The responses I got back was kind of crazy. A lot of people say, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. A lot of people say stick with instant ocean. Some people gave me their input on why, but I said, give me multiple reasons why you're saying what you're saying. Don't just tell me that it mixes fast and it mixes clear. Give me more, give me more in-depth details,
Okay.
it kind of went whatever. But my thought was, okay, so for those that said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, so then why did I start with dry rock? I always start with live rock, but that
So
was
you're
fine.
you're already changing the recipe anyway.
Right. That's how I'm looking at it.
Well, I can give you multiple reasons why I switched right off the cuff. I did the instant ocean things, just not, and I'm not even talking about with this tank. I'm talking about in the beginning. I did the instant ocean, and then I switched over to Red Sea, not the Pro, just the regular blue bucket, and within a few water changes, already saw a difference. But the reason I changed and didn't want to do Red Sea with this is because when you're doing your first initial water change, well, obviously on us, we're pretty much using the whole damn bucket at a time. But, when you're doing your first initial water change and you test your salt, you test for the nitrates and the phosphates because there's contaminants in it. So I did follow Dave because I've seen his growth is just unbelievable. The colors look pretty good. You know what I mean? Everything is just doing really nice. And I wanted to go with a synthetic salt. The reason for wanting to go with a synthetic salt was because I don't ever have to test for nitrates and phosphates. It's synthetic. It's clean. Then I really wanted to use the Fritz because they changed what they used to do, which was just making their salt and pushing it out. And now, because of a few bad reviews, this, that, and the other, they actually stepped up their game. And not every single box, but every so often they do in small increments, they actually test for their quality control in a certain amount of, in a batch of whatever you want, however much it is. So they're testing it to make sure it's within acceptable ranges that's close to what they're saying that it's at. It's synthetic, so it has no nitrates and phosphates. Plus, of course, the mixing clean and clear fast, but I really don't care about that. But it's just, you know what I mean? It's clean, it's pure, and I never have to worry about imagine buying a box of, even Instant Ocean at, 50, 60, 70 bucks, whatever it is at the time. And, you know what I mean? It's a bad batch and it has a whole bunch of nitrates or phosphates in it. Well, now you can't even use it.
Well, so kind of like what you said. So, people are preferring synthetic. Me personally, I feel those that people say dirty salt. I feel like that you really need that kind of salt because your corals actually need nitrates and phosphates. Sometimes two things being too clean is not always the best thing. And then you find yourself buying products to actually dirty up the tank to give you nitrates and phosphates. So for me, I feel like, go ahead.
But if you've got the right amount of fish and you're feeding and you're doing all that, you're controlling the nitrates and the phosphates that go in. So you definitely wouldn't want a batch of salt. And what are those nitrates and phosphates? Is the thing, not the food that we're putting in. It's not the controlled stuff. This is some random something that we don't even know what it is or where it came from. We just know that it's showing up as a nitrate or a phosphate.
Right. Well, I can't speak for other salts. I know reef crystals and Instant Ocean, well, it's been there from the very beginning, and all the old timers still use it, and they all have great tests.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But but speaking for the, like Instant Ocean stuff that has traces of phosphates and nitrates, you can have fish and you can feed fish, right? And you're saying like feeding and all that. But also consider, versus back then and now, we have protein skimmers that are very efficient, a lot more efficient than what they were back then. So I feel like now that's why another reason why people have either problems because they can't get nitrate readings or phosphate readings, or they're really, really low because of filtration purposes are over the top and really makes things. Yes, your phone's down here. The way things are, a lot of live rock is one, that's big filtration right there, or just rock period that's going to turn live, whatever, or live rock. you know, that plays a big part in filtration. Now people are running, you know, different kinds of microalgae, plus their skimmers. I mean, that's a lot of filtration in itself that has the ability to really strip your water clean as well. Not counting running GFOs, people are running Phosphate, GFO, some of this Aquatics clean and all this other stuff. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Paul. Like, you know, some things you don't know, but for the most part, a lot of these salts out here are just, you know, for the most part, is just salts. Like I've seen great success across the board with multiple different salts.
And that's why it's so hard. And that's what makes it so hard. You see people that are running the cheapest damn salt, you know, Instant Ocean. And then you see some of the people that are running some of the most high-tech, you know, expensive HW Marine Mix from BRS or Tropic Marin from you know, American Aquarium Products. They really go after that stuff. You know, and then you got stuff like the Fritz. I mean, another reason I like the Fritz salt was because it's ionically balanced. I mean, if that means anything to you or not, you know what I mean? Some people like it.
Yeah, I don't know if it does. Because not to be funny, even you, now that you're even with a bigger system, how often are you doing water changes?
Well, as of now, because I haven't set up my water change station, I'm only doing 20 gallons, 25 gallons, I'll say, every Sunday in my brute container. Once we get moved and we get to where we're going, I will be doing a minimum of 100 gallons every Sunday. Okay. So, I mean, and I really, really, really like having a salt that has a pretty close match, and the quality control on smaller batches just really, really helps ensure that they're taking that extra step and that they care about the product that's being pushed out. And that means something to me. You know what I mean? For somebody to say, I'm going to test out, you know, every 20 or 30, 50 boxes, you know, I'm going to test one box out of this small batch that goes out and make sure my numbers are close to what my box says quality control wise. I really have to give them a try, you know?
Yeah, I think the difference is maybe with some salts, picking stuff on a smaller scale, when it comes to mixing up salts, I think it might be a little bit more important to like what you're saying. But on a larger scale, when you're mixing the whole box or the whole content, you can't really be off. Like there's, you know what I mean? Like as far as things falling out or finer particles falling to the bottom, and you didn't mix up the bucket good or shook the bucket to make sure everything's somewhat evenly dispersed. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the temperature of the water, whether it's oxygenated or not, how much flow goes in, how fast you pour the salt in. Ooh, excuse me. That all affects how it comes out, precipitation and all that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's definitely a proper way to do a water change, and it starts by getting the water oxygenated and at the right temperature. That's the, you know, the first two steps that you have to do.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, on Saturday morning, I wake up, I pull 25 gallons or so from the one that's in the garage, and I put it in here. So it's in the air conditioning, getting, you know, with a power pump in it, getting oxygen and getting to temperature all day Saturday. And then Saturday night, I'll start putting the salt in there and get it really close to salinity. And then the next day, you know, Sunday morning, I wake up, I make sure salinity's on point, and then I check the major three. I get them close to what my tank are at. I'll check my tank and the water change water at the same time. Get it as close to that as I can using the BRS calculator in a 2-part, and then put it in there. You know what I mean? It's a routine. It's a schedule, and that's what the corals like. I don't know why, but they like a steady, constant routine. And I mean, if anybody can attest to that, that's why Jason Fox on the weekends, every Saturday or Sunday, whatever it is, he does a 1,200 gallon water change on point.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, if that doesn't say anything to anybody alone, you know what I mean? It might not be the amount of money that you spend on your salt. It's just the fact that you're doing something on a religious basis.
That's why I kind of, I don't know.
But who's to say if he changed salts to a better quality salt? Maybe you could say that, maybe not. I don't really know. Obviously, it's working just fine, but maybe his stuff would look a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody's gonna know unless he decides to start doing 1,200-gallon water changes with some Fritz or Red Sea or something. So until that happens, nobody's ever gonna get their answer. But
Right. And that's the thing, because you can be successful so many ways. I mean, damn, I didn't do water changes at all with this last system. Um, you know, besides whatever I shipped corals and adding what, maybe 2 gallons here and there, whatever came out.
yeah,
That ain't nothing, you know. But and that wasn't on every Sunday or every Saturday. That was all just random.
yep.
But
Yep.
and the corals still were fine. But who knows?
Yeah, for some reason, it's just the harder corals. Just for some reason, thrive a lot better on a consistent, steady regimen. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Like I said, I'm not doing all that, but I will do 100 gallons once a month or something like that. I'm thinking um, water change 100 gallons once a month, and
Yeah.
that's just because I'm not dosing all the bottles of whatever, just to get other things, trace elements like I was. This is just more water volume, so for me, it's just a little. Um, I think
Yeah, that's why I'm just really, really, really trying to keep it simple. Just, you know what I mean? The protein skimmer, the calcium reactor, a UV sterilizer with a refugium, and then just running the acro power and some phytoplankton. And then obviously, whatever I feed my corals. But the only things, and what is this? The only other thing that I do every other day, I do the Foles coral vitalizer drops, like the Zeovit stuff.
Yeah.
But that's the only one of them that I use. It's I don't know. I really, really, really notice a difference when I follow the every other day.
Mm-hmm.
If I stop using it for like 4 or 5 days, I really honestly notice my corals like not looking so good in colors. There's a couple of them where the polyps are, that little rim around the acro, just where it's coming out of the side. It has a yellowish color on it, and if I stop using this stuff, I can watch that yellow color on those tips start to fade away.
That's crazy. Crazy. Callie, it was a marine land deep dimension 300. Total water volume though for that system was 650. So yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Crazy. Start fading away. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's what is this stuff? High quality coral food concentrate. This shit stinks beyond belief, and it's 1 drop per 25 gallons every other day.
Is that KZ line?
Huh?
Something from KZ?
Yeah. The Zeovit stuff. It's
Yeah.
Foles coral vitalizer, and
Yeah.
it definitely does some good stuff.
Oh yeah. And did you ain't get the sponge power too? Because that works very well as well.
The what?
Sponge power.
No, I haven't done any of the other ones. I just do the acro power and that stuff.
Yeah. How much they want on a bottle? That stuff that I don't know. It's not cheap.
This little tiny bottle is a little 10 milliliter bottle, And I got it when I had the drop off. I used it a few times, but it was basically full. I've had it for a few months now, using it religiously, and I just ran it. And it's it's half the size of my pointer finger. You know what I mean? It goes up to the second knuckle. It's a little tiny bottle. I just bought a 50 milliliter bottle for like $40. It should probably last me a year.
You're only doing one drop?
It's one drop per 25 gallons. So I use 6 or 7, 10 drops in my whole system, 12 drops maybe. So 50 milliliters is going to last me like at least 8 months, if not a year. And it's $40 or something.
I need what? Like 20 something drops?
I only use enough of it for my display tank. I don't even count my sump. I don't count the frag tanks. I don't even count the drop off. I only put it in. I mean, I know it's all hooked up and it's all one system.
That's what I was wondering. Like, it's all hooked up.
I only put enough drops for my display tank, and that's it. Just enough for the 500 gallons, and that's all I put in.
It's enough. Then.
Yep, it definitely is enough.
Huh. Okay, somebody says, what system would you guys recommend for a start? Question mark, first system. I suggest, if you got the space, do 180 gallons and call it a day. You will thank me later. You'll probably never have to upgrade or will never want to upgrade. I think it'd be the perfect size for you. Minimally 120 gallons, but out the gate, I would say go with 180. If that helps out. And Fan just confirmed
a good
on 120.
And Fan did a pretty good video, but just to recap on it, to give you for instance, if you spend $300 on a 55-gallon fish tank and stand, you're gonna buy the same money that you put into lights, and most of the major filtration is gonna go. Is going to go for that 120 or 180. You're going to use the same amount of lights and stuff. A few extra dollars in a protein skimmer.
Just remember this too. Your tank is actually like going to Burger King or McDonald's when it's all just the tank.
Yeah, you can't have it your way.
That's the least of your cost is the tank.
Yeah.
So what's up, Sammy? Yeah, Sammy said 350 to start. It is. So yeah, I mean,
most of the lights light up a 2x2 foot square. Most of the single LED lights. So if you buy a 55-gallon aquarium, you buy 3 lights, you're overdoing it because you only have a 1 foot wide aquarium. You know what I mean? You're basically, not that you're overdoing it, you're not reaching the full potential of your lights, what they can spread. So
no, you know what it reminds me of? You buy a 55 and then put 3 XR15s on it. It reminds me of somebody buying a car that's a jalopy and they got $2,000, $3,000 rims on it. Like, really plan out and really think about what you want, and don't make sure your tank is going to be everything you don't. I think the people starting off in the hobby gets off just rushing everything, run out and buy the first tank, and then that's it, and then they want to upgrade, and you could have just bought the tank that you want.
But it's also the mainstream, though, and common misconception. Smaller system will be easier. Unfortunately, you have too many stores and too many companies that are pushing these goddamn beginner nano tanks when it's not a beginner anything unless you've got nothing but softies in it.
Yeah.
You can't put anything in it that soaks up alkalinity and calcium, or you're screwed. As soon as it starts to grow and get any kind of size to it, if you're a beginner and don't know what to expect, it's game over. I did it so many times not knowing, because smaller is easier. It has to be easier. It's not.
Can't save money killing corals and fish. Correct.
Yeah, and you're going to save money on a nano tank by not buying a big tank and spend it all on dead corals.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'd rather spend the money in the tank and save the corals.
It's less overwhelming for someone new. Mentally, like just looking at it, it might seem that way, but actually, the bigger the tank, the better off it's going to be for you, because it's going to give you all kinds of mistakes and forgive you, versus what Than is saying on a small scale. Than is not a big fan of small system nanotanks or anything. He actually feels like it's very cruel
I will
punishment.
say one good thing came out of trying to pack a nano tank with acros. I don't go more than every other day without testing. Even on this huge tank, I can't skip more than one day, because I don't know what's going on. I can't see it. I don't know unless I test. So it's too scary for me to go more than more than every other day without testing. If I didn't do that on my nano tank, I was screwed. I had to test every single day. I was always messing with it. A little 25-gallon packed with acros. You're constantly messing with your doser. It's a lot to keep up with.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, what have we missed? Okay, somebody says, what's the best way to get rid of green algae growing on my live rock? Question mark. New to the hobby. Well,
So your
welcome.
tank is obviously new, so it just needs time. I set up my tank. Oh, excuse me. And that's something that happens to a lot of new tanks. You get algae that grows all over the rocks. Just keep up with your water changes. Make sure your phosphates and nitrates are under control. A good thing to do is get a refugium and rock and roll. Just give it time. It's been like almost 3 months now. My rocks are finally getting rid of the algae.
Yeah, you definitely got to give it time. And that's bottom line. Just give it time. Get a tang. Yeah, you can get a tang. Turn the lights off.
I mean, that's a good idea as a cleanup crew. Snails, hermits, emerald crab, stuff like that. Some shrimp, to get rid of detritus, help keep your nitrates and phosphates down.
If you don't got corals already in there, me personally, I'd just strip the heck out of the tank. And what I mean by that is just hook up a reactor with carbon and GFO and get to strip the heck out of it, and a couple changes and get all those nutrients levels down. I think a lot of time, that stuff really happens really good when people jump the gun with their tank. When they jump the gun, what I mean is like turning on lights while they're cycling their tank, running their, stuff like that, not properly curing the rock, leaching, stuff is the dead matter, coming the rocks, doing it inside their tank versus in a separate system and fully curing that rock. I think that's where a lot of these problems come from, but it's really not hard to get rid of green hair algae or any of it really, to be honest, as far as I'm concerned.
Just keep on a regimen, keep doing your water changes and checking your nitrates and phosphates. That's the best thing you can do. If it persists, you know what I mean? Obviously, you need a cleanup crew at some point that's going to eat that stuff. If it's a small tank, I wouldn't suggest getting a tang. I'm not going
I like
tank bleed, but
yeah, I like physical manually removing. If you're on it. I don't like using too many things to like really attack it. And here's my reasons why. My reason is only because they're going to eat it and then they're going to poop it right back out.
Yep.
You know, I like to physically, manually remove it. If it's waving at you, you can get in there and do a water change while you're doing a water change. Pull that stuff off, siphon it off your rock in a hose, get it out your system, replenish the water, turn on your light cycle. You know, you shouldn't be running lights if that's the case. You know, you just jumped the gun too soon. But manually removing to me is the best way to handle that, and it goes away once the nutrients levels are down. But you'd be surprised on what little nutrients some of this stuff will hold on to and still thrive on little next to no nutrients sometimes.
Yeah, well, I mean, you think that that's another tricky point too. Is you know, you could be testing and it tests 0, but you can see it's there. You know, I mean, there's algae everywhere. There has to be nitrates and phosphates, but the algae is consuming it.
Reefing with Reefer, Kurt, is Paul's channel.
Who's that?
Kurt Scoville. He's cool.
Yeah, I'm on the link here, so I can't see any of the comments or anything.
There are beginners, advanced fish, and beginner, advanced corals. Just stick to beginner in both. Yeah. I don't, you know what? I'm kind of mixed on that. Maybe Than want to chime in on that one. I don't know. Here's the thing, and this can get you in a pickle too, is getting a bunch of corals when, you know, what do you vision your tank to be at? I almost feel like even if you're new to the hobby, first off, learn your parameters, learn water chemistry, learn to make sure you're doing your testing, jot it down, write it down every time you test. So when you go back, you can see a pattern when you're having great success, especially starting out. I cannot say that enough. First off, learn your water, keeping water. That's the first thing. Corals and fish are secondary to that. Learn how to keep water, learn how to test, learn how to make corrections when the water is doing something funky. Then understand what kind of corals do you want to keep. I don't like telling people run out and you just get all beginners or what's for a beginner coral, because some of those corals you might want to get out of your tank. You don't want them, and then they're running rapid and just really blooming really good. You got 1,000 red mushrooms all over your rock and nothing else, or maybe some, you know, leather that's just
pulsing xenia.
Pulsing xenias, and you got to tear this down to get this stuff. You know, get stuff that you know, look at pictures, look at things that you really, other people's tanks on YouTube, see some very nice tanks, and kind of visualize that's what you want, and see if, you know, but if you learn how to keep the water, the rest should go fairly well for you.
And here's another great one. If you really like those $200, $300, $400 acros, buy them, kill them. I bet you'll learn how to test your tank and dose properly real quick. I bet you're gonna figure it out real quick.
Yeah, you ain't gonna kill too many real expensive corals, and yeah, you gonna figure it out real quick.
You're either gonna hop out the game because you're frustrated, or it's gonna push you to do better and figure out exactly what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
that's point blank period.
And also with that being said, understand this too. You could be very advanced at what you do in this hobby, but you got to remember these corals have a mind of their own too. And meaning there could be nothing wrong with your system. You have all kinds of other acros doing just fine, and this one acro wants to say, you know what, I'm good. I don't want to live with you no more, and evict itself, and you'll be staring at white.
Just says deuces.
Right. says bye-bye, and it's nothing you did, but you get people thinking there's something going on in their system, and really it's not, and they try to start changing things, and they get themselves even more in a pickle, and then you start causing a chain reaction where more corals start to go ahead and strip and stuff like that. Leave it alone. When corals want to strip on me or something, I just leave it alone. I don't even take them out the tank. People say it jumps to corals, jumps to this, to that. I've not seen that. I've not witnessed that. Even if it is a small infection, I feel like it's like us walking around, or your kids at the first day of school. Yeah, they might get a cold and bring home some germs and everything else, but over time, they build up a tolerance to that and might not get sick or whatever's going around. You know, think about it like that. You know, don't just jump the gun because one coral decides it doesn't want to check out. Now, if all your corals start going at the same time, well, yeah, you probably screwed up. You probably did something wrong, seriously, but I don't know. What tests do you recommend for nitrates and phosphates? Me personally, I love Hanna checker when it comes to phosphate, and I got both regular and ultra low phosphorus checker. Nitrate, I use Red Sea tester for that. I've used several different ones. I really don't get into that too much because I never usually have nitrates that are detectable. Um, Maybe different in this system because I'm dry rock now. Which
I
I
think
don't.
I think if you run a refugium, it's kind of hard to get a nitrate and a phosphate.
That too, yeah. And I had pretty much a 40 breeder, just big Chato, full of Chato. So, and it never really grew rapidly. I never had rapid growth with it. I mean, it grew, but it wasn't. I was filling 5-gallon buckets every week, or nothing like that, or even once a month. You know, it
That's
was
what
just
I've
enough
done.
to stay
I see
alive.
I see all these people. They're talking about they pull 5-gallon buckets out like every other week or something. I can't even get my Chato to grow. It just stays where it's
Yeah,
at.
my Chato basically was just enough to stay there. Blue carbon actually got. I gave him a big ball of it, and it was breaking up when he got it home. You know, just breaking in pieces, and it wasn't as it was green, but in his tank because of his nitrate levels, that thing's on fire green. You know, so it's really doing well in his system, like extremely well. And mine, it was just living one day at a time. And that's right. So, when you got stuff like that, it really just depends. Getting a reading. Plus, I have no issues asking questions, but I don't like depending on others' knowledge. Okay. I am smarter than the average Woken. Oh, never mind. That's for but because these are live creatures, I don't want to do anything that would be so advanced. I fail and fry my tank. Yeah. Never listen. I always say believe all of what you see and a little what you hear or read. I say that for a reason. And yes, you should be using your judgments. You don't have to always trust your judgment, but you should use, even no matter who you get an advice from, you should be paying attention to your own tank and what's going on, because the person you might be asking questions to, actually anybody you're asking, they're only hearing your side. They're not actually really seeing it. They're not there every day to see it, see what's going on. So at the end of the day, the only judgment you have on decision making is your own. You can ask questions to maybe, maybe something they might say something that you maybe overlooked or something, and you can run back and try that method. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who it is. It's your system, your problem, and you need to pay attention on what goes on in your system. Your system will talk to you and tell you, hey, something's screwed up. You got hair algae waving at you. Do you really think that you need to go to your LFS? and go buy a phosphate checker or something to tell you that you got high phosphates? No, it's telling you that, hey, we're here. You know, yeah, phosphate checker ain't even going to give you a reading anyway because it's being. He said that's a good start, actually. Let's see. I really want a 120, 180. Yes, that's definitely a good start. But yeah.
Would you like to?
What is it? Yeah, give me a little piece. Why you in my stuff?
Well, it's open.
I opened it.
Why?
Because it's good. I wanted to try it.
I know.
Dan, when's this barbecue?
Yeah, we got to talk and set up a date, but I think in April the tanks are coming. I'll probably be driving down there to Florida to pick them up.
You're driving to Florida to pick up tanks?
Yeah, all the tanks that's going in there are Reef Savvy tanks.
Oh, I didn't know they were in Florida.
Yeah.
When's that happening?
I think in like April.
God damn, that's a long ways away.
Well, the building, is up, but there's still work, and yeah, that's a lot. Well, it's like you're talking like 20 tanks being built.
Huh.
2 of them are 10 and a half feet long.
Damn.
700 gallons.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And Dan said, I spit on your 500-gallon pieces of shit.
He can have it at this point. I will be bigger, but at this point, he can have it because that wouldn't happen down here unless it was built down here. What we had to go through.
Yep.
So, what works for others might not work for you, but at least they have demonstrated the success you are looking to replicate. Perfect and well said from Tidal Gardens. Very, very true.
I tell you, if I don't know why, but I really want a tank that's made like a T.
A T.
Yeah, like imagine like a 10-foot long tank, peninsula, and then where your wall is, there's another 500 gallon on the left and another 500 gallon on the right, and it's a T. Ain't nobody got one of them.
Yeah, no.
That's what I want.
So Than is saying he's got to talk to the church, get a couple dates, because the last thing we want to do is have it on something, because we use their parking lot as well. But
Gotcha.
the last thing we want to do is have it on a day that they might be doing some kind of thing for the church on that weekend or something. So.
Well, this is what it's like when worlds collide.
Right. No, they seem very nice and whatever. So seem totally cool. But yeah, gotta talk to them as well. We gotta pick out a couple dates and then run it by them and see what works. And see if they already have anything scheduled on any of those dates. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would like to make it up there. I mean, if a flight's cheap enough.
I think it would.
How far is the airport from you?
For me, like if you want to go to Akron Canton Airport, that's like 25 minutes or so.
Oh,
or
so you
Cleveland
Airport in your town, huh?
Oh yeah, it's like 25 minutes. Or Cleveland, which is like 40 minutes to the airport. So either way, it doesn't matter.
I mean, if I fly, I ain't gonna have a car.
Well, that's why it doesn't matter. You ring a ding ding. I'll be there. Will.
Gotcha.
Yeah, when it comes.
Like, you know, I ain't flying because I can't bring nothing. So it's kind of a
catch 22.
Yeah, it's like a dam.
Yeah, well, you know, there's friends here, so
That is true. That is true. I forgot. Everybody's got a cigarette somewhere.
yeah, yeah. Oh, thanks, Lisa. I
Yeah,
think I go ahead.
yeah. Let me know when y'all are having that. I might try to make that one. It's been
Yeah,
a while since I've been to a little event.
man, it was like I said, we did our crash course, and just to fill things out, and I think it honestly it really did work out very well. So because of that, then we'll properly do this next one this year properly, and it be the for real the official annual Tidal Gardens event barbecue. So yeah, I can't call it. People try to get me to call it Rico Palooza. They were calling it Rico Palooza, Paul. I just don't sit. I just didn't feel right with that one, but yeah.
Almost like stealing a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. It made me feel a certain type of way, man.
Tell them to get it like Drake.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't do that one.
Yeah, nah, I feel you. Especially if you're trying to do your own thing anyway. You ain't trying to suck the nipple off of somebody else's stuff anyway.
Pretty much. Exactly.
That's one thing I liked about Coral Fish 12G when he did his. He called it Aquashella. Didn't have nothing to do with no reef or nothing or that. You know what I mean? It was kind of the same thing, but it was different. You know what I mean?
You're right.
I mean, there's only so many ways you can sell coral, obviously.
True. Very true.
But at least his name was fresh, you know?
Yeah.
I'm kind of upset I didn't get to make it to that one. I've been watching him for years, and he throws his own little shindig, and I missed the party.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know when I was in Vegas, we went to Brett and stuff from Tate and whatever, but we went to a party. I wish Stan would have came, man. I think he would have liked that. That was more whatever. Well, we went to the after hour party. You had to be invited to go, and I'll tell you what, Jimmy's house, it was a party, man. It was nice. And he's got a nice tank. I think his total water volume for his system was like 1,200 gallons, I think. His main display is like big as mine, but with the sump and everything else going on, I think, yeah. Fan thinks Aquashella was based off of Coachella as far as naming. Based off of Coachella as far as naming.
What's a Coachella?
Coachella, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Coachella. It's another whatever.
Another reef show?
I haven't been to that, or he's talking about maybe I don't know. To be quite honest, I'm not even gonna sit here. Coachella. I mean, why do I know that name, but I can't put a.
I never heard of it.
It's a musical festival in California. There you go.
Oh.
Coach, yeah. Like, probably. But I don't know where you get that name from because I don't know if they're really in the musical festivals or whatever. Who didn't? Who did it? Huh? Those. Uh-oh. Lisa's on it. Lisa coming in. Swinging. Who didn't hit those? Please smash it. I want to see 100, she says. What power heads you going to run on this system and how many? Well, I don't want a bunch of stuff on my glass. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm contemplating maybe using some gyres. but I also contemplating on how I'm going to use them because I don't want nothing, even on the 4 foot side that you walk by. I don't want nothing on my glass at all. So that's going to be a little interesting. To be honest. And then they say the gyres the backside that normally is on the glass can be ran in water. So I'm not 100% sure, but I've been told several times now. There's somebody in here that runs them in their overflow box. The magnet, back part of the magnet that's normally outside the tank in the overflow box, and they have no problem with it. So
I've done that.
yeah, you had no problem with the magnet?
Nope.
So there you go again. There's another person. So
Like
I don't.
sealed. It's like sealed plastic unit. I mean, it's all sealed up. Glue.
I'm just thinking over time that will break down. And
Yeah, but how much time? And aren't you gonna end? I mean, eventually you got to change the power.
Yeah, but I'm not changing out anything. Oh, what the power heads?
Yeah, I mean, eventually,
Yeah, I mean, if it goes bad, but hopefully it doesn't.
I mean, honestly, I'm looking at changing my Jebos out like every 2 years if it don't go before then. I don't think it's going to give me too much of a problem. But of course, my Jebos are way less expensive than all the other ones. So
yeah, I don't know. I was still looking at some C-sweeps, um, with some Vortex power heads to mix up random flow and just kind of swerve and do their own thing. I don't know.
man, why don't you run some the PVC pipe for your from the sump back into the tenant return pump? Why don't you run like 5 or 6 of those random flow things?
For random flow generators.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him. He
I wouldn't mind having some.
Yeah, I mean, I could get them. He'll send them to me.
I mean, if you got 5 or 6 of them, pointed in different directions all at the top of the water, and you're gonna have so much crazy random flow in there and no power.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm still looking at for as return pumps. I'm trying to figure out what return pumps I want to use. I'm not going to be running my old, any hybrid dark pumps or anything like that.
I just run Jebao. I got the Jebao 15,000, and it's on the lowest setting that it has. It's nice and quiet. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I think if I ran 4 of those, I would need at least 2 different return pumps. Um, I think it would be too much for even the Jebao to run 4 3/4 inch.
Not the Jebao 15,000. It's 15,000 gallons.
Yeah, I think I run the 18,000 or whatever. That's what powers my Reef Octopus 8,000.
Yeah, but that's your protein skimmer. I'm talking about your return pump. You're not pushing 15,000 gallons back into your tank.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we got pretty much the same size tank, and I got it on the lowest setting. If I go any higher than that, it's pumping too much water into my tank. But I mean, I only have 4 1.5-inch returns, but 2 of them are overflows or emergencies, and then 2 of them are Herbie. So if I ran like 3 Herbies and one emergency, but I guess with 4 of them, you don't really need an emergency.
Right.
That's what I need to do when I move is I need to make some more so I can get a little more flow in the tank.
I don't know, man. I don't really I don't run a lot of flow into my tanks. I don't like that. Like running a lot of flow in and then it rushing out into through the sump.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't want to have that much. I mean, I get it. So you don't, you'll have, good flow, but at the same time, I rather.
That's what power heads are for.
Yeah, I rather use the power heads because I don't like blowing by. I like more contact time in my sump area.
Yeah, it gives it time to be polished up. No, yeah, I get that. That's why
Yeah, exactly.
I got on the lowest one, so that way the protein skimmer, the refugium, the UV sterilizer, everything has a lot of time with it. My live rock that's just sitting in my sump has a lot of time to just be with that water.
Yeah, I like the Jay Carey's and it says the Milwaukee pump. Don't get me wrong. A walkie hands down will outlast a lot of people's tanks. They're like bulletproof. But once again, power consumption. I'm trying to stay very low power on this whole build, like for real. Like I want to run as less stuff as possible. I'm talking very minimalistic. I don't want a bunch of power heads. I mean, pumps and working off of 2 different things or 3 different things. I really want to keep it down. So we will see. 4 more, we can do it. Lisa, trying to hit 1,000 thumbs or 100 thumbs. Thank you, Lisa. Powerheads. Oh, there's Murphy. I didn't even know you're still here.
You said Jay Carey's out there?
Yeah, Jay Carey. Yeah.
What up, Jay?
Power heads, Howie, there should be like 30 to 50 times flow rate inside the tank. Return can be 3 to 10 times turnover. Yeah. I'm more on the 3.
I was about to say more on the 3 to 4 side.
Yeah, I'm more on the 3 side, maybe 2 times. But yeah. No, my. I had some brown jelly emergency fragging. Oh, come on, Pat. And don't tell me it's on that endo torch neither.
I feel like such an idiot, bro. The week before the endo ban, they had a double-headed rainbow torch for $150 at Top Shelf Aquatics. And I didn't buy it. I already had like $600 worth of stuff, and I was looking at it and looking at it and looking at it, and I was like, I'll get it some other time. And then I went back there like 2 weeks later, and they're like, oh yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
What an idiot. Should have bought it.
Woohoo! 100 thumbs up. Thank you, Lisa. Putting in that work, like always. Lisa be on it. Yeah. I want a bunch. That's the thing. I want torches. I want, my frog spawn, octa spawns. I got a lot that I'm not getting rid of. Colony of candy cane. That's not going anywhere.
See, that's my problem. I don't never get rid of none of my stuff, so I just fill up the next tank every time.
Yeah.
Are you going to put those colonies in there, or are you going to and just put a frag up?
Yeah, just frags are going in, and that's it. I'm not putting colonies back in here. This is for people to see things all over again. So it's not for me to put colonies back and you know, that's a bit hard to do, not to be funny. That stuff is really heavy, and try to get that mounted and staying still to harden up and all. No.
Yeah, that is true too.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I wanna start with all frags. I enjoy that part, letting it grow out to whatever it wants to do. So the rock I got, if Dan's asking me, it is South Seas Base Shelf Rock. So it's reef rock, um, base rock, shelf base rock. They cut it. They got flat bottoms, and then I got regular pieces that are just chunks of just rock. Looks like pretty much something you really just anything out of the ocean. Honestly, I wasn't going with no Pukani. Yeah, good.
I gotta say though, I really like that Bukani still. It's so many places for the little tiny fish to hide at night. They literally live inside those rocks.
This rock that I got, there's so many holes, cracks, and crevices in this rock. Yeah, like I said, you it's dang good for real.
I've watched my fish, like my little blenny, go in one side of my rockscape and come out on another
Oh yeah,
with
no,
that Pagani.
and yeah, no, what you see so far up, you know, the boxes and I gotta work. So this ain't count. That's just rock sitting there. I still gotta finish more aquascape, but over there, I think I'm done. I'm going to epoxy that up, and yeah, I think that's it for that. To be honest, I don't think I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna leave it alone. We'll pepper it up with some corals, and you will forget about this rockscape. You won't see it eventually. Mm-hmm. It was like a 15 head standard green and purple torch. It's down to 8 heads now. Wow. Brown jelly. Woo. Mm-mm-mm. Well, guys, I think I'm going to have to call it a night. I got to get up early. No branch. No Tonga branches or anything like that. I'm not a big fan of that stuff, to be honest. I see it look good in some people's tank. Me personally, it's just not my flavor. Yeah, fan. What time? What time? I'll come over. I'll tell them you help out Tyler Garden. There you go. There you go. It ain't like it's a lie. I really do. Okay. Yeah, I'll be there. You don't know, whatever. I'll just call me or I'll call you or whatever, or I'll just pop up whenever I get up. I gotta get up and get some things situated in the morning, but that's fine. You'll be up, or maybe I'll come over early enough and we can go get some breakfast before the event. Go get some food or something. How about that? You got a cool spot around there with some good breakfast? So, all right, Kenzie, catch you later. All right, Brent, Brian, uh, first watch. All right. No, I've never been there. Never been there. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, just hit me up. Just hit me up. I'll probably just shoot over there. I mean, I can handle whatever, but yeah, go get something to eat and then whatever. Blue Carbon. Catch you later, bud. Paul, you still got my number, right?
I had to factory reset my phone. I lost a lot of numbers.
Oh, Paul. Let me see. I don't know because my phone acted all crazy. Let's see. Contacts. Uh, uh, you there? Lock me in. All right, lock it in. All right, bye. All right. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thanks for the hangout.
Deuces.
It was awesome hangout. We should do them like this more often. Everything was kosher. Y'all had a good time. With that being said, good night.
Over and out.
All right, bye.